Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter.
Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Now, the question is, has the flat earther thing become a thing bigger than it used to be because of the internet and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff, do you think? Or is just people were believing it, we just didn't know it before? Because it is out there, and it seems like you hear about it more in the last couple of years. YouGov did a survey, certain demographics. And by the way, they did about 8,000 some adults, which is, according to stats, kind of representative of the U.S. population. 84%, just 84%, have always believed the world is round. That's all the population. So that's like 16% are thinking maybe, it wasn't round, or they didn't know, or whatever. 18 to 24-year-olds, 66% think it's not round.
Wow.
Not round!
Wow.
Not round! Oh, wow. It peaks at 94% if you're 55 or over. It changes kind of throughout the age groups. 2/3 of young adults in America accept that the planet is an oblate spheroid.
Spell that.
Spheroid. I'm guessing
Oblate?
Oblat.
Yeah, I think it means it's like kind of compressed, like flattened a little, flattened.
Like a donut.
Yeah, but not
kind of
flat.
like a football-ish,
Yeah,
maybe?
kind of mashed down. Like if you took a sphere and mashed it down.
Okay.
Yeah, like
just a little bit.
Here it is. It's a surface of revolution obtained by rotating an ellipse.
Just look at the
Never
picture.
mind.
Just look at the picture. You won't understand.
How oblate is the Earth? That's a question.
How spheroidish is it?
There's the shape of the Earth, an oblate spheroid. It could be, I guess. Maybe it is an oblate fluoride. What the hell do I know? Although they're making it sound like it's dumb in this article. 5% of U.S. adults have always thought the world was round, but have become more skeptical lately. 9%, 18 to 24, believe that it wasn't always round. 2/3 of young adults in America accept that the planet is an oblate. Oh, I guess it is oblate spheroid, but still only 66%. See, that's where the phrasing is getting weird. So maybe they fool. What am I talking about?
I don't know. No. You believe it's an oblate spheroid now, or is it already an oblate
I think it is an oblate spheroid, if I'm reading this right. Right? Do you guys think so?
We don't know what an oblate spheroid is.
Aren't you Googling as we speak?
About it.
It's oblates, which would mean then it is still troubling. That means that 33% don't believe it is.
It's not. I don't think it's like a perfectly round sphere.
The Earth really isn't.
Yeah, the Earth isn't perfectly round, so oblate spheroid makes a little more sense.
But still 33 or whatever it is, don't believe it is. Let's just call it round.
The rise in the flat earthers is because of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, but it picked up a lot of steam whenever the eclipse happened. Remember back last August?
Oh, yeah, that's when it picked up steam.
It picked up a lot of steam because people were trying to use the eclipse as proof that the Earth was flat. And so there was like this strong push from all these people
that's right.
to try and talk about how the Earth
because
was
of the view.
Flat. Yeah.
The view of it.
Because they're just dumb.
So we are an oblate spheroid. If you want a spheroid, you don't want to tell people that. Anyway, 33% don't buy it.
And you know what? Don't tell people that because Matt might be wrong, and then you look stupid, and then you have to say you heard it from Matt, and then that makes you look even more stupid. So
right.
I wouldn't.
Just stick with the headline. Just 66% of young adults say the Earth is round. Can you just go with that?
Yes.
If you take anything from this conversation, you can throw that at people.
Okay. And also, Matt Harris is generally confused. But this part is right.
Yes. 2% of all those surveyed always believe the world is flat. 4%, 18 to 24. 7% are like, I don't know. Yeah. Take a stand, man. Take a stand. 16%, 18 to 24-year-olds say they don't know. Yeah,
Where did they do this survey?
Wherever it is, I don't want a vacation there.
Congregating together.
The older you get, the less flat Earth beliefs you have. Most, in this sense, the trend's opposite for like the theory of evolution, where older people are less likely to accept it in that science. But in this science, it's the younger people, which is, it's weird to me that there's that many people who don't think the Earth is any kind of round. Or, like I like to say, an oblate spheroid. And the more religious, the the people who said that they thought it was a flat Earth, they also called themselves very religious. Not religious at all, or not very religious. They're less likely to believe it was flat. But there is also celebs that have come out and said, like Sherry Shepherd, but she was like ahead of the game. She was on The View.
When she said that, I was so done.
And she wasn't joking.
I'm really trying not to judge.
But
she made it really hard that day.
And then since then,
because it's one of those things that I guess I have to admit that when someone tells me that they think the Earth is flat, I kind of think that they're a little bit ignorant, and that's I need to open my mind because they might be thinking that I'm misguided.
Or maybe they're thinking they don't mean it's flat; they mean it's an obloid spheroid.
See what I mean? People about listening to Matt Harris.
I don't necessarily think they're. You know what? My first thought doesn't go to ignorant; it goes to crazy. My first one goes. My first goes to crazy, then more than ignorant.
You're just trying to be contrary to everyone else.
Yeah. But it seems like some of these people believe it, and then there's probably people answering the survey to be contrary.
And then there's people who are listening to these celebrities who are tweeting out about the Earth being flat, and they will believe anything a celebrity says.
Right. Yes. So I don't know. I think I'm going to teach my kids that it's an orphoid styroid.
An oblate spheroid.
All right. Anyway, there's more to me.
There's a lot of things that are easy to do,
But winning money with Charlotte's best mix is the easiest.
we want to get you ready for summer with some easy money. Tune in every weekday from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m.
And get in to win $1,000 cash every hour.
Be listening at the bottom of the hour for the keyword and text it in immediately to 72881.
Standard message and data rates apply.
It's easy money from the station that wants you to have adventures all summer long. 1079 The Link.
Laser eyes. Before we get into that, make sure you go to the Matt and Ramona Facebook page, like and follow. Anything you need to tell us up there, Bandy? The Off-Air podcast.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
If you haven't, did you get it from the Matt and Ramona Facebook page, this podcast you're listening to? That's a good place to go, or tell your friends to get it, and rate and follow. Okay.
Scientists in Scotland have just created a contact lens that shoots laser beams from your eyes.
That is fantastic, depending on what it can do.
It sounds so creepy looking.
It sounds creepy looking. I mean, it is
just
creepy
think of
looking.
every evil character in every sci-fi movie you've ever seen. Laser beams from the eyes.
Or like they undress women.
There's a good one in the X-Men.
He's a good guy.
Cyclops.
Yeah.
Superman, kind of. Yeah, that Superman's a really good superhero.
No, he doesn't have laser beams. He has X-ray vision.
No, he can cut through
And
bars.
heat vision.
He can cut through like metal bars and stuff.
Yeah, he's got
Well, this
the heat
isn't
vision.
going to be that intense. You won't be able to,
Fight crime.
be a Terminator or anything like that. Right now, they only emit a very low-powered laser light, and that's something you could use for like scanning a barcode at the grocery store.
That's not bad though.
You're not going to be able to vaporize your enemies.
But if you can scan it without having to carry your phone and not go through the checkout like the the Amazon grocery stores right now, you just walk out with, that's one less thing.
All you have to do is put it in your cart and look at it.
Yeah. You don't have to bring your phone in. I mean, that's one step. I mean, that's just a baby step. It's all about incremental.
What would you want laser beam eyes for, though?
And eventually, it's probably illegal to see through a wall or something. How about to cut something? Like cut metal. Cut metal, cut wood, cut food.
Fight crime.
Fight crime.
But
see, if it's able to fight crime, then it's also able to commit crime.
Yeah. Well,
anything that stops crime
with great
also.
power comes
But you know
great
what? I would
responsibility.
worry about you with eyes that could cut things.
Oh, I wouldn't take my. I don't know if I'd do it for myself.
You couldn't because you have difficulty looking at what you're supposed to be looking at.
It's true. That's true.
So your eyes are constantly
Wouldn't be good for
darting
me.
around.
Yeah.
And so I see, you're just trying to cut this log. But then next thing you know, you look at your neighbor's
You get to take
dog
your
and it's
glasses
like,
off.
oops, sorry.
Yeah. Well, the same kind of people who would actually use tools and stuff, they could do it instead of having a jigsaw or whatchamacallit, then just draw the line on it and it would also be safety goggles and able to cut whatever thing or weld. How about that? I do a lot of welding in my spare time.
Please.
But see, I'm coming up with some
I wouldn't
things.
trust you with scissors.
I use kid scissors. Yes.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I do. No, I don't. But I see now I'm coming up with reasons and ways that this would be good.
They say right now they only work when a different laser is shined at them to power them, because that was my other question. Like, are they how do you activate them? Like, how do you
I thought there would just be
turn
a
it
switch.
on? You think really hard, like, I want to vaporize
I assume
you.
there was a switch on your glasses.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it just be like that?
Because they're contact lenses.
What about an app
Well, I mean,
on
like
your phone?
Yeah, an app. There you go.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, you know who else could use them? Would be great for doctors, surgeons.
Yep.
There you go. I came up with another one. Surgeons doing surgery would just have to use their eyes.
Just look from one side of your arm to the other.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
how
it's-
precise and fast it would be.
Or would it be? Is the robot
And
better
cheap.
still?
And
yes.
cheap.
I'm
yes.
guessing robot would still be better.
More because it's still you got human mistakes with your eyes.
Yeah.
Unless the lasers are have a control on them, programmed in other words. So the lasers are basically a robot. You control them like
I'll put a robot in my eye.
3.25 to 3 inches deep by 7 inches from there to there.
What is? You're like turning an imaginary knob on your
Well,
temple.
because in mine there's a thing coming out of my eye. That's a knob that I turn and swivel
So
around.
the contact lenses
Yes.
have a knob attached.
Yes, they do have a knob that comes out of like
Okay.
Frankenstein. Comes out of your
Thank
neck.
God you
Yes.
have not tried
know.
to invent anything for the body.
What else can we laser? Well, there's got to be
Oh,
things.
there's all kinds of things.
Yes, we want lasers.
This is a great thing. It doesn't matter
There's
what
no
you say.
bad downside.
No.
Oh, there will be.
Oh, yeah, there always is.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
67% wish they could be a child again. And like Mandy said, I'd like to know, I haven't researched. Did they say for a day, a week, a year? For a week might be cool.
Yeah.
That's about my tops. Maybe a month. But I don't want to be it for...
If I have my same wisdom that I have now, I would totally be a kid
Oh,
again.
you would be such a
I would
nerd,
kill
though.
it.
People would
I was
punch
a nerd then.
You're a
but
bigger
I
nerd.
would at least know that my nerdiness could pay off.
Yeah, but you would know that you're peaking at a certain age. So, you're not going to be. You might think you're really smart then, but you're going to be no Elon Musk or Bezos or anybody.
I don't know, because I have all the hope in the world.
No, because you still have the same hope you have now. So you just be 10 and no hope.
Wow.
You found a way to make my childhood the opposite of awesome.
So they also asked him, did you want to grow up in the current era of Snapchat and Facebook or go back to the good old days? Because we didn't need technology to entertain ourselves back then. And 58% that it was better back in the day because they didn't have the technology.
Wow.
But we
Wow.
love technology.
I am all for the current generation. Let me be a kid now.
There are some
As
things,
an only
ups and downs.
child, you can communicate with your friends. You don't need your own princess phone. Everybody has a cell phone. You can play video games with people all around the world.
They were simpler
Awesome.
times. Simpler times.
Whatever. I'll take these times.
Yeah, there's downsides and upsides to everything, but I think mostly upside to what we had. All right, so they asked him, what do you miss? What do you miss? What do you miss? 10 was weekends with no errands or chores to do. Chores, but I
What
didn't have
house
errands.
did they grow up in?
I don't have errands. I know that. I mean, there are a lot of errands.
I'll take errands to chores any
I do
day.
more chores now, though, than I did then. Because, I have to just, if you count errands and chores as one package, then I've got, then plus I have to take care of kids. That adds a whole, I didn't
I'll
have to
take
take
being
care
a
of kids.
kid on the weekend. Mine,
Yeah.
getting driven to stuff.
Yeah.
I had a chauffeur for my dance lessons.
You got to go
and
places on the weekend?
Well,
Just dance lessons.
you
my
know.
godparents' house.
had
Oh, I
people
got to
come
go
over.
to church.
I don't know where, well, baseball practice, things like that when I was 8 or something. So, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to I didn't go to the grocery shop or anything like that. That's a lot off your plate right there. Or watch it, play puzzles with a 3-year-old or something. I mean, I love those times. Penny candy, whatever. Having someone else cook your meals. That's a pretty good one.
All the time.
That's a pretty good one.
Coming home, and the only question is, what has been cooked for me?
Yeah.
Well, now you're grown up. You can go to a restaurant, have someone else cook your meals.
But I mean, yeah, maybe,
said
but I can't do that.
honestly,
It's
the
too
most
expensive now for
stressful-
kids.
This is going to sound silly. The most stressful question of my day is, what's for dinner? That is the most stressful question of my
Wow.
day.
It is tough. Wow, let me ask you some questions then. But I understand when you're responsible for, when Amy was in nursing school and I'd have like a whole week of meals I had to do. It does get, I don't want to repeat something. Do I want to do this? Like I made a what do you call that? A slow cooker type meal today, and it's probably gonna suck, but we'll see. Going on the swings. That's on here. Bandy says he does. I say my butt can't fit. It's very uncomfortable. Squeezes me when I try to swing with the kids.
Are you on like a playground swing set?
Like a kid, yeah, like a kid's playground.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it squeezes
I've
me,
never
man.
seen anyone.
Who couldn't fit in?
Oh, I mean,
Your
I fit in,
size.
but it's not comfortable. It's just you're squeezed a little bit in there. No space. I need a little breathing room.
Oh,
Are they the seats that dip down, or are
Yeah.
they the straight boards?
Straight down. Have you ridden them lately? They're squeeze you, man. It's not comfy. Not comfy.
There's something happening down there that you
And plus, they're
Probably
low,
need to get
so that
checked
doesn't
out.
help. No. Family vacations. I wouldn't say I miss them. I have my own family and vacations.
and they're better now because you get to pick where you can go.
Exactly right. Back then, you went a lot of places you didn't want to go. I don't need
A
to
lot
see.
of historical places.
Yes.
A lot of relatives.
I have had this
we
discussion.
mainly we went to Ohio. We lived in Jersey, went to Ohio. That was our summer vacation. We didn't go.
We went to Gettysburg,
places.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, with
I would have taken
camping.
Gettysburg. We
Camping
went to
in a thing.
Wild West City one day it was just a day
Yeah.
trip.
See, you liked it then.
I loved it.
But I
don't
don't-
know what you guys are complaining about.
I would rather have mine now. I don't miss them because now I get to choose. Well, sort of. Not really. I think something that's good for the
Like
kids.
I said, I was just
Yeah.
happy to get out of the house.
No, but now, I mean, you have to compare them, not just happy then to now. When don't you prefer your vacations now than you did when you
I'm
were 8?
still just happy to get out of the house.
But you have to compare. You have to pick one. Spending time with your parents.
Still do that.
I don't do it as much as I did, obviously, because I don't
And
live
in
with
fact,
them.
It's better now because they're not bossing me around telling
We're
me
adults.
what to do.
We're
Well,
adults.
good luck with that because my mom lives with me. So
Yeah.
Not having to work. We all agree that's a pretty
Yes,
good one.
that's
the best.
that's the best.
Yeah, playing outside with friends till street lights came on.
oh, that was awesome.
It was
too.
awesome, but you have to compare now to then. Of course, I do have the second job. If I didn't have the second job at the TV station, WCCB News at 10:35, then my nights, I still wouldn't want to play outside. I'd want to watch TV. So
Here's the thing: you also had that time
I
to
loved
play
it
outside.
back then. Yeah, but you had to
So-
go to bed right after you're done playing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
No, I'd rather
outs-
watch TV.
I could play outside right now if I wanted to till dark.
I don't have any friends who would play with me, though.
I don't have any play. It takes my friends like a month to coordinate our schedules so that we can play together.
Yeah, but play outside. You guys want to come over and toss the ball? No one's coming to toss the ball with me.
I've been waiting years for you to invite me over to toss the ball.
You love saying balls. Hot
I
summer.
did not say plural.
They say they miss hot summers when they were kids.
I don't miss them
Yeah,
then.
I mean,
I don't miss them now.
Yeah. I mean, we're better to be a hot summer when you're a kid than it is now. I think it seems a lot hotter. You know, like kids, when I was a kid, I never really bothered me, the heat. Run around, break into the Weidman's pool, and school vacations. Yeah, I mean, yes, if you're counting the summer, having the
Yeah.
summer off, having a week off for spring break,
Yeah,
Christmas
having
break.
a couple months off
all
in a
that
row,
stuff.
that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
That's pretty good. Further on down the list, some things that playing tag, who misses that? Who misses playing tag? Water fights. I have them with my kids.
Still
on
have
occasion. Writing a birthday list or a Christmas list from a toy catalog. Okay, I do miss that, going through a catalog and
That was pretty awesome.
circling Minnesota Vikings, Philadelphia Eagles underwear, pajamas or something. That was pretty awesome. Can we agree on that
I
one?
love the Sears Roebuck
Yeah.
catalog.
How about sleepovers? Yeah, I don't remember.
Sleepover's pretty awesome.
Getting money from the tooth fairy. I don't lose. Oh, I do lose teeth. Maybe that's why yes, okay, I can relate to that one. I lose teeth and I get nothing
You're the
now.
only adult I know.
That's right.
My mom.
You miss other
He's
people's
the only adult I know under 70 who has
true.
this issue.
other people's birthday parties. I don't even remember going to many. I probably did. I don't know. Having a friend around to play. What do you mean by
What do
play?
you mean?
I don't know. Watch an Eagles game. I'd rather have a friend come over and watch an Eagles game than go outside and toss the ball and play kick the can. When your birthday is a kid, way better than as an adult. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, well, no.
You look more forward to it. I mean, even if
No.
nothing happens, like now, I totally don't care
My
about my birthday.
is so much better now than it was when I was a kid.
I just like the fact that as a kid, it was, you didn't feel like you were getting old. You usually liked getting older because you got closer to whatever it was, driving or this or that. So all those things were joyful. You might get to wear a hat. Having yes, I'm not wearing as an adult. People would heckle me, but then people loved it.
Real laughs.
No filter.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Western culture, most everybody in the Western culture crosses their legs. I did not know, because that's the way it's phrased, Western culture. That makes me assume that other cultures don't cross their legs. Maybe they sit, I guess Asian, certain parts of Asia might sit, like when they're sitting at the table. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess that's not cross-legged, obviously.
And think about the fact that
crisscross applesauce.
Not everybody eats at a table like we do, a raised table.
Right.
There are some people who eat much closer to the floor. They are seated on the floor.
So, God, that would be, I guess you'd get used to it and be flexible, but I think I'd be very, like sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce is a struggle. It's a struggle for me.
I will be honest with you. I went to a function where they were serving, and I'll say there was an international table.
Okay.
And it was so uncomfortable for me to figure out how to sit.
Like to get comfortable in your... Yeah.
I was just like, when can I get up?
I can get in the position.
Very uncomfortable.
I can get in the position. I mean, I don't have a problem getting in the position, but staying in the position...
Staying in the position, eating in the position gracefully.
Man, you think we're ridiculous?
Yeah, I think you're ridiculous.
But you have the big, giant thighs and calves.
And at the time, I was a very big girl. It was very unfair to me.
Well, you have trouble crossing your legs, like a full cross.
Yeah, I can't do a full cross. I can do the figure four, but I can't do the full cross.
Because the figure four is the ankle bone on the knee of the other foot or up the calf. And they call it the European is the one where you it's a tight cross, leg over leg, and the legs are tight, which, as you had mentioned on the air, and I agree, was when you were in grade school or something, that's the effeminate way to cross your legs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it still is. Probably, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think anybody cares how you cross your legs anymore? Because it was a thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a thing.
And also, the thing was how you carried your notebook or your books.
Oh, I didn't know about that thing.
You had to carry them by your side. If you were a guy, you couldn't.
I think they're both still a thing.
Yeah, I think they are, don't you?
Yeah.
Because it still looks effeminate.
Mm-hmm.
It looks effeminate to carry your
as
books.
a kid, not now. Or like this. Like I'm picking up my notebook and it's to my chest and my arms are crossed, as opposed to swinging by your side.
Okay.
But now with a backpack, you can do the backpack thing.
Well, they had backpacks back then.
But not in my day. We did not use backpacks.
Oh well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we it was always just a couple books.
Belt.
Yeah, we had a belt. No, we didn't. We weren't Andy Griffith, but we would just carry our books, and we had
a book bag. I had a book. Always had a book bag.
Yeah, I didn't have. I don't know. Maybe I didn't have one because
with the books.
Maybe I
always had a book bag
until
college. That's when I got a backpack because all the cool college kids had backpacks.
I was a freewheeler always. Always a freewheeler. Maybe that's why I didn't get good grades.
College?
That's why I didn't get good grades because I didn't carry books around very often. I had like a pencil. But anyway, no, I didn't go. I don't think I went backpack at all. I'd carry like 2 books.
I think you were the rarity.
I think I was, now that I look back at myself.
Meanwhile, now as a grown-ass man, he carries a backpack to work.
Yeah.
And I double hook it, which was definitely a thing you didn't do back in the day. You had single hook.
Yeah, it went back and forth.
It was a nerd if you did the double hook.
And then it went, then you were the single, and then it was okay to do double for a while.
Yeah.
And then I guess we're still on double.
We're still on double, but most people aren't double. Guys are the sideways. Like, what do you call that? Like, over the shoulder strap kind of book pack, messenger bag, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Bankers Uptown or something.
You can't do that with a backpack.
Yeah. What, over the cross? Oh, it doesn't look good with a backpack, though. No, so we've broken it down our lives. Anyway, if you cross your legs, you are twice as likely to do right leg over left. Did we decide? I forget which we decided you do. You feel like you're mixed.
I'm left.
Left over right?
Doing it right now.
And Doc does left too, right? Maybe it's a lefty thing. Have you ever crossed them and then you actually twisted your Mansack and
Oh,
hurt.
do I need to leave for this conversation?
No.
Yes, you have.
No.
Maybe your legs aren't. I guess because
How
your
do
legs.
you know what's going on between his legs?
Well, I realize though that he has thick legs, so he probably can't get to
I've
it.
never twisted.
What do you mean?
Doc, you ever twist
get
yours?
To it?
Okay.
I've never twisted
I think
my
that's
junk
an older
doing
guy thing.
No, even a youngster, I remember.
Or
Yeah.
maybe you're just long,
I don't know what's happening.
longer than the other kids.
Did you ever twist them in your pants or anything? Ever twist them? Sit on them? Anything?
What do you mean them? You're talking about the berries, right?
Right.
Never sat
In your
on 'em.
life.
Never
Sat
twisted
on
'em. I don't know what you mean by twisted them.
Yeah, like you go like this and then they're
Something
caught.
sounds
look what I'm
abnormal.
doing.
Like sometimes they get into uncomfortable situations. I have to adjust, but I wouldn't call it twisted.
Never hurt?
It's
They
uncomfortable.
never swung to the side and you sat on them.
but
They never swung to the
twisted.
side and
Well,
sat
look,
on
it's
the
just
baby.
natural.
That
Here,
sounds
look at
really
Ramona.
painful to get
No,
me
I'm
twisted.
not
And
going
then I
to look
bring
over
this
there to see
over,
what your junk
see
is
what
doing when you're
obvious-
crossing
obvious-
and uncrossing.
Maybe too tight of a
No.
squeeze is the answer. I'm going to ask on
Maybe,
Facebook.
yeah, maybe your pants are too tight or something.
Twisted?
The figure 4, by the way, is the big wide like ankle and thing, and that is what you use for power. That's it. But you're not supposed to
Have
ever.
you intentionally ever
No.
done that for
no,
power?
No, I've used it to look more manly than effeminate when I was younger, but not for power. Like if you see a coyote, you're supposed to do that.
Sit down and cross your legs. Hold on, coyote. Hold on. I got to go get a chair.
Maybe I just misread it. Maybe it just means look dominant and big. But I'm thinking if I sit down,
You can't hurt.
Wait a minute, coyote. Before you attack,
and we're like
let me get my lawn chair.
medical professionals say don't cross your legs. It's bad for you on many different levels. Bad for different nerves and veins and whatnot.
Sure. But it's comfortable, so get over it.
Yeah, so get over it. I don't know. They didn't give you it's bad for your posture. So I'm more of a stander anyway. But all right, we broke down the history of sitting and backpack wearing right there.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And the history of Matt Man sitting on his.
Telling you, I'm gonna take a poll.
Please don't.
And a berry.
Don't tag me in it.
Oh, I'm tagging you.
Don't tag me. I'm
maybe the
hiding it
twisted
from a
part.
timeline if you do.
How about a boob twist? You ever do a boob twist?
Actually,
cross your
sat
arms?
on my boobs.
You sat on your boobs.
Nope.
Thanks for listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Check out the articles, videos, and news you heard today at 1079thelink.com.
Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter.
Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Oh, welcome to Facebook. Welcome to Facebook. Welcome to the podcast, but go to the Facebook page, Matt and Ramona, and like and follow. Okay.
Ladies, find yourself a nerd, a geek, because
Geek.
research shows that intelligent men are more likely to get married and to stay married and to be faithful.
Well, my second marriage, so I guess it doesn't mean I was too
You were
bright.
dumb the first time around.
Yeah, I smartened up this time.
Because all the smart guys say, I smartened up.
I think that if you're talking about nerds and geeks, maybe they're not as attractive as like dumb guys. So they stay
You think they don't have many options.
they date above their shelf.
Bill Gates is
Right.
staying
Yes.
married because he can't do any better?
Gates, Zuckerberg.
They were
Elon
lucky
Musk.
to get what they got, and they
Yeah.
don't want to risk losing it.
No.
And
here's
being-
the
and
thing.
being- maybe-
You think if Bill Gates got divorced from Melinda tomorrow that Bill would be like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to meet another lady?
Yeah.
The
Please.
the rich
Bill Gates
weird,
is smart enough
Okay.
to know that a bunch of women would be throwing themselves
Well, I
at
know.
him
money changes
for
everything.
his money alone.
But you've heard about the stories about Silicon Valley parties where they have to bring in women, right? I mean, the two, because nobody has a date or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring in women. So maybe that's part of the thing.
Oh,
They're-
you think so?
Yeah.
I think
That's what
these
I'm going
guys
with.
are smart enough to know that if a woman loves you for you, you need to stand by her.
They're smart enough to, not look. A lot of guys get busted.
They recognize what they have and they're willing to do what they need to do to keep it.
Or
They're
maybe
smart enough to do
most guys get busted cheating by some form of technology. The smart guys, technology's never going to get them busted. They know all the way around it. So we assume that they've been not cheating, but maybe they have been. Maybe they don't go to that Star Trek Nookie Wookie convention.
Nookie Wookie. What is that?
Nookie Wookie. They
You
get
know the old Star Trek Nookie Wookie.
They get
convention.
Nookie from a Wookie.
At a Star Trek convention?
That's Star Wars, isn't it? Okay, whatever. That's the only thing I can come up with. I mean,
Why can't we come up with the fact that these guys are smart enough to know that they've got a good thing and they need to keep this good thing?
Well, maybe because the stereotype is,
They
of course,
chose wisely, and they know that the wise thing to do is to age gracefully with a beautiful woman that they have.
Okay, how about the dumb guy has peaked in high school, and so now they have low self-esteem. They get married and they cheat to try to bring their esteem up back to the days when they were in high school and they dated people. How about that theory? That's a good one. That is a good one.
Okay.
Like they have the star of whatever team and they got by, but it's their glory days. And so they will always feel like they have to prove their virility and all that sort of thing. Whereas the nerd guy didn't get anybody in high school. So when he gets one, he's like, I'll stay with this. Nanu.
The guy who peaked in high school, though, generally gets old and fat and bald.
Yes.
And
But he still cheats. The fat bald guys cheat all the time.
how's he? How are they meeting women? I don't know.
Because he peaked, see, Andy?
I like my theory. I really do.
He peaked,
yeah.
so he's not a successful guy, and
He peaked.
he
Low
obviously
self-esteem.
hasn't taken care of his body. And
Or maybe he has. He wants to relive his glory days, so he's out boinking around. Where the nerd guy never had the glory days, so he's just happy to have a date.
he doesn't know what he's missing out
Right.
there.
He knows what he's missing. That's what I'm sticking to.
So where do you fit into your theories?
I didn't have dates, and I got married because I was dumb, and then I got smarter, and then Amy was still dumb, and she married me. And I'd hope she doesn't get any
Man,
smarter.
you tell such
What
a
a love story. So romantic.
I can't wait for Lifetime TV to get a hold of that one.
But there's, obviously, I'm not, there's different kinds of smart. You can be like a welder, good at
Right.
welding, or
And you
building a
also can't
cat
ignore
house.
the fact that there are different types of intelligence, like emotional intelligence.
yes. Yeah.
And even though the stereotype is that most men don't have emotional intelligence
Yes.
and women do, but there are some guys who are emotionally intelligent.
I have emotions. I mean, I have emotions.
As does pretty much everybody else.
I've got rage. I've got
anger,
sarcasm,
negativity.
bitterness.
Is that an emotion?
Well, what Bandy has looked up the definition, and we'll find out how many of us in here have emotional intelligence.
Well, the first one is they're relentlessly positive.
Okay, all right. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not. You might think that it appears that I am.
I know.
Dude, I remembered the 5 minutes that you tried
Yeah.
positivity,
Yeah,
and then you said
Right.
it wouldn't work, which is the
Jinx.
exact opposite.
yeah. Well, I was negative about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Look what happened. I'm just telling you, sometimes negative brings a positive.
And that had nothing to do with the Eagles. Nothing to
I
do with
wasn't
it.
actually playing, was I?
Because
Okay.
you've never thought that they would win.
That's true. So, but you guys aren't exactly positive. I mean,
More positive than you
that's
are.
true. I'm a low bar. What else?
They're curious about other people.
I
Yeah.
am highly curious about other people, and you have zero
you're nosy.
curiosity.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have zero curiosity.
Dude, you have
Zero.
Yes, zero.
It's very close to zero. Very
Well, if they can do something for me, I'm curious. That's emotional intelligence, knowing that I have zero. I don't care. I mean, unless there's
It's
something
not
in it for me.
emotional intelligence. I know I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
They make things fun. Emotionally intelligent people know exactly what makes them happy.
Yes.
And they constantly work to bring this happiness into everything they
Yes,
do.
I do that.
Oh, please.
Come on, I do that.
You bring happiness
You
into
want to bring
everything you do?
happiness?
Every day I walk in this room, there's happiness going on. Well, there isn't until I walk in. And look, you're laughing right now.
I am.
You're laughing
I
right
am.
now. That's
Because you're
happiness. That's
so
a sign of happiness.
incredibly unself-aware. Is there such a thing as unself-aware?
No.
Or self-unawareness?
I think my rants and my things like the middle of my, whatever you want to call it, sort of angerish things, bring humor and happiness to others.
They do. They do.
Okay, well, there you go.
But there's a difference.
But I don't think you're
There's a
caring
difference
about their
between
happiness.
People laughing at you, people laughing with you.
think
People
it's
are laughing at you.
Unintended consequences.
You don't think I'm intentionally doing it? No. Okay.
Here's one you get. They are difficult to offend.
All right, cool.
So
Cool.
you've got
I've
a
got
firm
good-
grasp of who you are. It's difficult for
yep.
someone to say or do something
Right.
that gets your goat.
I'm very emotionally intelligent.
please.
Yeah.
And the final one is they quash negative self-talk.
So, I mean, if I'm negative,
Invented negative self-talk.
yeah, well, I've lately been trying to squash. Well, I just squash other
When you
people's
say-
dreams. Is that the
Wait a
same
minute.
thing?
When you say lately you've been squashing negative self-talk, are you talking like within the past 2 minutes or so?
Yeah, like right now that I heard about it. I didn't know it was a thing.
He just started.
I didn't know it was a thing. Now that I know it's a thing.
And you've been on it for 8 seconds now. You're
it's
doing pretty good.
I doubt it.
It's more laughs and more fun.
It's Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
We do Would You Rather Wednesday. So this week we did some, and I'll give them to you folks. Here again. Someone from the past. Dump someone or be the person getting dumped? Absolutely rather get dumped.
Yeah, dump me.
Dump me, dump me, dump me.
I'd
It's
rather
really
be the
Huxtable said.
dumper.
You'd rather be the person that dumps somebody?
Yeah.
No, I'd rather have the hurt than the guilt.
Yeah, the guilt and feeling like a jerk
Yeah.
because you broke up with somebody.
Now, if I'm dumping somebody who is just really bad person, then it makes it a little easier.
Yeah,
But
but if it's just not working out, you're always the jerk.
I'd rather have the broken heart than the guilt than the jerk.
Yeah, oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather look weak and actually be strong, or look strong and be weak?
I don't know.
I'd rather look strong and be weak. Are we talking physically, I assume?
I don't know, and I don't know how you look weak.
Well, it's a weird world we live in.
I want to look weak and be strong.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'd rather look strong and be weak because no one's going to test my strength. I'm just going to look built and
Well,
chiseled.
once they figure it out, man, you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, but they're never going to figure it out because I'm never going to lift anything around them. I'm not going to let anybody ask me to help them with a mayonnaise jar or
Yep,
something.
sorry, I'm too strong for that pickle jar.
Yes, I'm too strong. Yeah. Would you be rather be able to control animals, not humans, but animals with your mind, control electronics with your mind? Oh,
Electronics.
Electronics?
Yeah.
You were scared of squirrels and coyotes and all this.
Yeah, I
This would be
like
your
to
chance.
control animals with my mind.
This would be your chance, Ramona.
Dude, we're not living in a Tarzan world. Okay.
I'm gonna
If we were living in the jungle, I get it. I need some elephants to do some things.
But don't you want to keep
But-
your coyotes away? Your coyotes and squirrels, nice.
I don't invite animals into my area enough for that to be a superpower.
But I would if
Like-
if I
If
could.
they can help you.
Yeah.
Like I'd get a pet elephant or a pet
am
monkey.
I running a circus? No, I don't believe in that. What am I training animals to be in the movies or something? That doesn't float my boat.
movies.
So,
You have a monkey
for me,
butler.
If I
You
can
can fight crime.
I can do that with a computer.
Oh, not as good.
Not as good.
You can walk around town with a
I
giraffe
got
and look
control
over
of all
fences.
kinds of
Yeah.
robots and stuff.
Horses and giraffe, like elephant. You love elephants. You could have one walking around carrying logs. or
Yeah,
something.
because you.
I don't need logs carried. And my HOA says, I don't care if you're controlling your elephant with your mind. You can't live here with an elephant or a goat or any of those
I'm moving
things.
out into the country.
What am I going to do
I
with
can
my?
have animals.
What am I going to do with my mind on the electronics that I couldn't do with my remote control or something?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, animals.
Yeah.
You like go to an ocean somewhere and you ask animals to come over and hey, hey, dude, come on over, let's hang out.
Ask animals to come over.
Hang out.
I don't want seagulls coming over.
No, you don't have to.
But like
Hopefully, I can
giant
control
fish.
their bowels with my mind too. Do you know how nasty it is to have a bunch of elephants?
you can't control
or
their bowels.
horses hanging out
Right.
with you.
You can control them and have them go out back.
You don't have to have them in your house. You can just go see them once in a while.
Yeah.
No,
ranch.
Thank you.
I'm all in. I'm all in, people.
I'm fighting crime with them.
Oh yeah,
I'm
McGruff the
walking
crime
around.
dog.
Yeah, I'm walking around town with a couple of tigers.
Oh, like a Walking Dead.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
like, go ahead and try and mug that lady over there.
Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music, or be forced to sing along to any song you heard?
Dance.
Dance
Yeah. Anytime I heard music.
because you're a bad singer.
Randy has a great voice.
But it's
Yeah, I know.
annoying. It's annoying if you're breaking out in song constantly. Anytime you hear a song, like sometimes there's people
True.
you know who, anytime a song comes on in the car, they have to start singing it, and you're like, would you be quiet?
Yeah.
But dancing, you can just kind of move.
Like, everybody just think that you're...
I love breaking out in the song anyway.
know you do.
You would do song?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But, that means like in a bar, in the background,
Right.
or at a party.
I find myself doing it when I'm shopping anyway. I'm singing along with the track that they have on in the store.
No one would invite you. No one would invite you to anything.
No.
Because you're singing to like background music. People
don't-
are
As if I'm getting invited everywhere now.
Everybody's trying to have a conversation, and there you are singing.
Singing.
I'm already rocking because I can't
Right.
stand still. Yeah,
Someone's trying to have a serious
you look
conversation.
weirder if you're busting out your dance moves.
No, that's less annoying at least. And I
So
always,
you think?
I do think. Third eye or third arm?
Third arm. All the way.
Where you can put your eye anywhere you want.
No,
I'm
third
still
arm.
going arm.
Third arm, man.
You'd look a little. You look a little different.
Well,
third eye,
yeah.
you can maybe put your hair over it or something.
Put your hair
You
over
can put
it.
an eye in the back of your head or an eye on your
Man,
finger.
what do I need to see behind me?
Somebody might be coming up on
A
you.
third arm, I could get so much more done. I'd win every fist fight ever.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, you try with two
I would
fists.
take a 3-arm guy any day of the week. He's probably like confused by his arms. They're getting in his way and everything. Let's see here. Would you rather have a foot-long nose or foot-long tongue?
Tongue.
Let's assume you can't hold it in your mouth, though. You can't hold a foot-long tongue in your mouth, so it's kind of constantly out.
No, you've changed it.
I am
going
changing
tongue.
it. I'm changing it. It has to roll out of your mouth.
Well, then never mind.
Okay, which one are you going, tongue or nose, then?
If I can't keep my tongue in my mouth, then
I got bigger problems.
yeah, hello.
I'm still going tongue.
Yeah.
I'm still going tongue.
Like I remember a friend of mine adopted a rescue dog that had that issue. That dog looked really weird all the time.
Well, I know you'd look weird, but all right. Be in jail for 10 years or in coma for 20?
Coma.
yeah.
Jail any time of the day.
Coma all day.
Dude,
What?
I think you're glorifying jail.
I'm not glorifying it. I'm just saying at least I would know what's going on in the world. But plus the stress of my family having to see me laying there all the time. And
You
I
think
know,
it's
I'm coming
cool
out in
that
20
they're
years.
Going through security to come visit you in jail?
no one's visiting me after about a year. Yeah, but at least I know what's going on. I could have a life of some sort.
Yeah, but
It's only 10.
20 years
That's double the
it's
amount
like
of time.
going to sleep for 20 years and waking up, and to you it'll be like a second.
Yeah, but to all my friends. No, but I would also miss a lot of things. I'm
Yeah.
cutting it short. Jail's kind of like coma, but with maybe being stabbed. But you gain 10 years of life
Yeah.
because you're missing 20 years of life as opposed to not seeing my kids for 20
I'm
years. or
fine
10
with
years.
that.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
You guys don't understand how I can shiv.
Dude, you have trouble getting along at the radio station.
That's not a skill you should brag about.
Matt Harris, Master Shiver.
Shiver. I'm a shiver, man.
I can kill you with this toothbrush, but I won't.
It's Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Oh, Valentine's Day. Some ideas that are way better than going out to dinner. That's what they say anyway. We all sign on. Just sitting around looking through your old Facebook photos. Keeping things low key, snuggling up on the couch.
I like that.
Looking at your Facebook photos and wall post.
I'm fine with snuggling on the couch. That's good. But
For not too long, though.
can we watch TV?
Yes, I know. Facebook photos. No,
What's wrong with
man.
that?
Scrolling through Facebook photos and post, especially the post part.
Yeah.
Maybe photos for a little while, but that gets old pretty quickly, don't you think?
Yeah.
Do a fitness class together.
I love this idea.
No, because no woman's counting that as a Valentine's Day present.
No, that's not a.
Hey,
It all
tomorrow-
depends on the kind of fitness class. Like if we're doing like, I love to dance, for example, and we're doing a cardio funk class together where we're dancing and having a good
Maybe,
time.
maybe.
I think it could be fantastic. And there are a
Maybe.
lot of couples classes just for exercise where you do all those, the back-to-back lifting
No,
and
what are you
squatting and all
talking
that
about?
stuff.
That sounds pretty advanced. to
There's
me.
nothing romantic about doing
Sweating.
Zumba with your
No,
wife.
no. I wouldn't go over well with my wife.
No.
We're gonna do a hip hop
I would
dance.
just embarrass her.
Workout.
No, if you say, Amy, I signed us up to do a hip hop dance class together.
Well, if it's a class like to learn, that's one thing. If it's a one to just work out where you're trying to follow the front person and you're stumbling over each
That's
other.
not going to work out.
She's going to want more than that.
It would be fun.
It's not good enough. Okay, well, if you think that's fun, you can think this is horrible. Make a joint vision board.
You know I love that.
Nope.
Did you make one?
Yes, I've made
You did?
at least 3 vision boards. I've never made one with a man. That would be beautiful.
Well, you'd have to have a man to make one with.
Well, I know. That's why I put a man on my vision board.
Maybe we'll put one together for you. You want to share your vision board?
Yeah, we'll put together a man vision board for you.
Yeah.
I double dog dare you.
Generic man vision board.
All right, we need men, so email us.
What you're on your vision board.
Yeah.
I mean, just put pictures of hot chicks and beer. You're done. But no, you have to do one together. That is, like they say, put a photo of Cabo or Life is Short, order the pasta or whatever.
What?
Like that's what
Life is
vision
short,
boards are.
order the pasta.
That's what you do. You say sayings on vision boards, I guess.
How about we just get a bunch of bumper stickers and throw them up there?
I don't know. I've never done one, and Amy, as far as I know, has
sounds
never done
awful.
one. I guess. I mean, we've said like, hey, we'd like to go on a Disney cruise or something like that, but we didn't take the time to cut out a picture and paste it on a thing.
I highly recommend it.
I'm not going to do it. Cook dinner for each other. Okay.
All
cool.
right, I'm down with that one.
That's a good one.
good.
That's a good one. I think it's up to the guy to get the recipe and all the items. That is needed. And then you cook together.
Okay.
Yeah, then you
Right.
have to-
Because for it all, and it all depends on who does the cooking in your house. Because
Right.
if I typically am the one, I'm doing the recipes, I'm doing the meal planning, I'm making sure that we have all the ingredients, all of that. You kind of take the fun out of it for me if I'm doing all the work that I always do, and you're just showing up to chop.
And you can't have kids when you do this. You can't have kids because they're just going to get in the way and they're going to make noise. So you can't do that with kids. It has to be a singles thing, and it has to be like. And it's even better if it's like I'm going to show up at I'm bringing dinner to your apartment or something. Then you show up with a bunch of ingredients and whatever. How about that one? That's a good one. Because you're just showing up and
That
then
can
you're
be
sitting there.
okay. That can be okay. But I have a friend who dated a guy who did that. Like, oh, let's do dinner together. And he was constantly bringing groceries to her house basically for her to cook.
You can't. Well, that's wrong. See, it's together.
Yeah,
and you can't do
together.
it constantly. And you have to sip from the wooden spoon the sauce. That's what they do in all the movies.
So there's got to be sauce.
There's got to be
Whatever
sauce.
you're making.
and a wooden spoon.
There must be sauce.
Although Ramona would never do that. Sip on the sauce and then put the spoon back in the sauce.
You're right.
But
Because
you're already
that's
making out with that
unsanitary.
guy, so what difference does it make?
Yeah.
Because that's just not how you cook.
It is how you cook in every show I've ever
Everybody
seen.
does it.
Huh?
But yeah, every
Every
cook,
show. They
every
hold their hand
chef,
under-
they taste it before
Yeah,
they
yes.
send it out.
Yep. No. Try something new together. Okay, we get that.
Yeah, that's
try to
fine.
find a hot air balloon or something, whatever. Challenge your. No, I already did that one. Reread your vows. Okay, that's just dumb.
What?
First of
Why
all,
is that dumb?
I don't know mine. I don't know where I would even
Yeah.
begin to
Who
find them.
kept their vows?
Second of all, that's
Do
like
you have a wedding DVD or
maybe somewhere.
video that
Probably.
But do you know how awesome that would be if you,
Yeah.
even if you didn't expect her to do it, even if this
Yeah.
Valentine's Day you were like, you know what, I rediscovered the vows that I said to you 14 years ago, Amy. I
Yes.
said blah 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 blah, and I still mean it today.
That's nice.
That-
but, okay.
You could watch football all day, every day for the next 5 months, and you get no flack.
I could just make one up, and she's not going to know. But my point is,
Wow.
that's not a whole Valentine. That's like 12 seconds. Now what do we do? It's not good enough.
But that's still awesome.
Okay, so I say
That has a lot of impact.
I say the vows, then I'm like, all right, let's turn on the serial killer Manson story we've been watching.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, you need to more than
You
reread
need a
vows.
follow-up
But I
move?
do write her a letter. I've said that before. I write her, or not a letter. I write her a note, or it used to be a note. Now it's whatever I can fit on inside of the card. But and then there's the go on your first date again. What do I do? Pull her into a alleyway and make out in front of a dumpster? I don't think so.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
I'm laughing because I just looked at a coyote vest. Want to see it, Ramona? Or did you already look it up?
No, I haven't.
Whoa. Basically, it looks like the dog's wearing porcupine quills.
Yeah, but
Right.
And there are like spikes. It looks like something out of that movie Mad Max.
Yeah, it does. There's different kinds. There's one with spikes. There's one with like quills.
I guarantee you, if I show this to my mom, she will want Henri to get a coyote vest.
Irritates eyes and mouth of attacker. This person is really sucking people in because it says it'll keep off hawks too, larger dogs, and she says in the article or the on the website on September 2nd, 2014, we witnessed our beloved Buffy get smashed up in the jaws of a coyote. I don't believe you. So they focused on a way to help this. Okay, here's some things, first of all. The coyotes, a little coyote facts for you. They're monogamous. Their propensity toward long-term commitment gives them competitive edge for survival. That's why they're hard to get rid of. And in the urban areas, there's tons of food. So the mama coyote can produce large litters. And the mate, who is a co-equal and constant partner pup rearing, ensures a high survival rate. Because somebody's always taking care of the litter. They're not leaving them alone. And we're only in the American Southwest. Now they're basically everywhere. Atlanta, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, and Charlotte. They have a reputation of midnight predators. But coyotes will attack household pets, but we don't know the numbers because people report it as a coyote attack when it's just like a dog with a scratch on it. And they're like, oh, it had to be a coyote, but it could have been something else.
Why do we
The
always
truth
want
is,
to leave coyotes so blameless?
the truth is coyotes are shy by nature, human avoiding, prefer to eat rodents, rabbits, squirrels, insects, snakes, berries, roadkill. And
Tell yourself
trash.
that and then go to our Facebook page and see the video of the shy coyote that attacked a family's car,
Rabid.
tried to eat its way through the car to get
Rabid.
to the family inside.
All the guy did was back up an inch and the thing
Read
ran away.
about
Rabid.
the bloody
Rabid.
teeth of said coyote.
Rabid. In large
And then
cities.
think of this shy monogamous creature
Yes,
that
yes.
you're trying to make me love.
You
It's
love
not
it.
going to happen.
They often dodge detection in cities because they're strictly nocturnal, hiding out during the day in parking garages, alleys, underpasses, drainage ditches, and all that stuff. But if you spot a coyote in the daytime, don't freak out. They do that, like at a golf course or something. It's just that they hide kind of. They're afraid you're going to get them. They're ongoing because of people tearing down the woods and stuff, subdivisions and big box stores and all that stuff. So there's less green, which means loss of food and water and shelter, and all kinds of animals. So coyotes have been pushed in because they can take care of some other animals. January to March, be careful. That's when they're breeding, Ramona.
Oh, great. They're at it as we speak.
January to March is the time when they're the hungriest and most aggressive.
I thought for a minute ago they were just berry-eating, monogamous,
Well, they
bashful creatures.
They are. They are.
You paint this Disney picture of the coyote, but that's not what we see.
Well, I like coyote wasn't so nice.
That's not the urban coyote, okay?
Well,
that might be the coyote of
Yes.
yesteryear. That is not today's urban coyote.
Well, here's what not to do. Never intentionally feed a coyote.
Well, there's an animal lover with
Probably.
a big heart and a tiny mind
Never.
who is feeding
yes,
a coyote.
You're right.
And making that coyote expect to be fed by humans. And then next thing you know,
they run the world.
the coyote's coming to my door expecting food. And I'm like, yeah,
No.
that's how it happens.
That's how it happens. They knock on your door, and then you open it, and they jump
No,
in.
they approach me looking for food. And I'm like, whoa, wait. I'm just trying to walk into my house with some groceries.
Oh, please. Don't keep your pet food outside. Always clean your grill after using it and store it in the garage or shed if possible. I'm not doing that. Cover your trash, blah, blah, blah. Make sure your compost bin's covered and don't add meat, blah, blah, blah. Pick up fallen fruit from fruit trees, blah, blah, blah. Pet tips, safety pet. Keep cats indoors at least between dusk and dawn.
I will say there used to be a lot of feral cats hanging around in the parking lot
Of
here,
the
the
station.
radio station. And then the coyotes showed up.
And they're not here anymore.
I have not seen a single stray
Right?
since the coyotes started.
Well, they
hanging
might have been
around.
intimidated. They might not have been eaten. They might have been like, eh.
I'm not saying that they ate them. I'm just saying there were cats. Then the coyotes showed up, and there
Yeah.
were none.
And that's good.
Although we do need to wonder, as a group, what the coyotes are eating now that there are no
People,
cats hanging around.
bodies.
I just said we just need to wonder.
Yeah. Don't leave dogs of any size tied up outside defenseless.
Please
If
don't.
they're tied up, then a coyote can get them.
Yep, and the dog has
People
nowhere to
have to
run.
Unless they have a coyote vest. Pet.
Yes.
Pet
You have to
armor.
go to coyotevest.com.
Yeah, we
It's
put it on the
ridiculous.
Facebook page. This is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's pet body armor. It's Kevlar. It's got spikes.
How much does it cost?
I don't know. It
Never let
doesn't
your dog
say.
outside unattended, even in a fenced area. Sorry, I'm doing it. But they say like if the fence is 6 foot tall,
About
or something like
$100, $120 for the starter pack. But the dogs look just ridiculous.
They do look
wearing these
ridiculous.
vests.
Yeah, I mean, and the odds are so slim. So slim. Man, look at these the throat guard. You see that?
Yeah,
Which has spikes coming out of it.
major spikes.
Oh my God.
It's just it's crazy.
Yes,
And
it is.
They
It's like-
demonstrate.
Oh, canine spike. Oh, it's crazy. So if you do see a coyote in your yard or neighborhood, Ramona, here's what to do.
Okay.
They call it hazing. Haze them away. Yell, clap, stomp your feet, wave your arm, throw rocks or tennis balls at them. Not to hit them, but to frighten them. Spray them with a garden hose. Never stop doing that, or they'll lose their natural fear. Encourage your friends and neighbors who haven't done that to do it. So don't hide in your car, Ramona. That's just adding to the problem. You got to get out and say, hey, and throw balls at them. Like have a pack of tennis balls at all time.
I'm supposed to get aggressive with the coyote?
Yes. Otherwise, they're thinking, hey, what's the big deal? That's just a woman.
Yeah, haze them.
Haze them.
Haze them.
Haze them.
Spank them.
Yeah.
Get a paddy
And
wagon
then
going
I'll be on the news.
What? For hazing them?
for hazing a coyote.
No, for being attacked by a coyote.
Oh.
No,
They're
you
like,
won't.
oh, well,
Listen.
and then people like, would you believe this stupid B word decided she was going to haze a coyote?
Yes. No. It says
When I'm on
I'll be proud of
when
you.
I'm on the news telling the reporter how I got attacked by a coyote, and then I explain that I decided to get out of my car and haze it, I will be the laughing stock. Like,
No.
who
You were
hazes
saving
a
the
wild
neighbors.
animal?
It's right here by a biologist. And the biologist says, by the way,
And then
it's
when I
just
said,
like wild
well,
animals. Whatever
Matt
wild
said
animals.
he read it on the internet.
Yep. It says they're no different than any other, like a deer or a possum or a whatever. They're just
Right.
wildlife, man.
Right, yeah.
But haze them. You said your neighborhood is all a tizzy. What did she call it? A whirlwind or what was
There's
it?
a shockwave.
Shockwave.
Yes.
So at your shockwave, you should be going neighbor to neighbor and giving them this article that says, haze them away.
Okay.
Which makes sense, right? You said you never want them to get comfortable. Don't let them get comfortable.
Okay.
Like if there's a kid in your yard, you're going to throw stuff at him until he goes away. And when he comes back, throw more stuff at him. Same thing.
It's not the same.
Mr.
thing, but
Mitchner
okay.
used to threaten to go get his gun every time we played in his lot. I'm going to go in there and get it. And there's always a rumor that he shot a kid, but I don't think that's true.
Thanks for listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Check out the articles, videos, and news you heard today at 1079thelink.com. Matt and Ramona.
This place is very cruel. Like when someone thinks that they have something on somebody that they know could possibly humiliate them, people are just giddy.
Giddy.
And it's just ridiculous.
I
They're
gotta-
giggling, they're snickering.
I'm not giddy. I'm not
giddy.
giddy over your pain.
I'm good.
I have not, but I will take you back to I don't know. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. My pants week. Or was it this week? No, it was last week. But I'm still getting abuse over the Matt in his childhood picture and his rather tight jeans and a kind of non-heterosexual look.
We need to clarify because gay people said that look was
No,
not gay.
I didn't say gay. I said non-heterosexual. Could be asexual.
All right, we'll go with asexual.
Anyway, so there was a lot of abuse over that and caption contest and whatnot. And you had the interns put it up on my Facebook and blah, blah, blah. This week, and the thing about this is, I really don't think it's a big deal. And I am telling you the truth. But she has been, are you still panicked last night when you went home? Or were you over it after I told you to be okay?
No, I was panicked when I went home.
Really?
Very embarrassed.
Did you tell your mom?
Yes.
Would she laugh?
She laughed
And
in
she
my
laughed.
face.
What do we have to? Should we rehash that story? Because the open. Did you just have that little part, or is it hard to pull up?
I can hang on.
Because we should explain where that comes from.
We
Wait to see if he's got it. This is the part we want some explanation. This happened very near the end of the show yesterday. Oh, Stedman wasn't here, so this is news to Stedman, our intern. The other intern was in.
Here we go.
Ramona is vain, easily offended, and sexually promiscuous.
The Matt and Ramona Show.
So
That is not going to be one of the little things that we use in between the songs and conversations on this show. I'm not like Matt. I don't believe that all I have to do is pour coffee in one keyboard and it takes down the computer. I know how to get into the system and erase stuff.
that won't be permanent, but it was worth probably revisiting for a day.
Oh,
Because I know we wouldn't want that as your image. I
have a headache.
If it was if we ran it a lot, I mean, we couldn't run it without an explanation because, new people would think that was true. But people who listen to the show.
And who the hell gets on the radio and says that? Hello, my name is Ramona Holloway, and I am.
Some stations have that girl. Anyway. Why did you? We should repeat for those who don't listen. I don't know why you wouldn't listen all 5 hours, but
I'm on Facebook, and I realized I had a lot of Facebook friends who I had not contacted. I hadn't gotten around to sending them a note to say, hey, thanks for being my friend, checking out their page to see what they're all about. And I was feeling kind of guilty. So when someone else sent me a which Greek god are you test, I decided that I would take it,
laughing, by the way,
and I would send it to 20 people who I had not contacted yet, just to let them know I was kind of thinking about them and give them something fun that they could do and pass along. So I take this quiz, but I took it while we were on the air, and I wasn't paying attention, and then a lot of the questions didn't really fit me, so I just put anything down. And then I picked 20 people who I do not know, and one I know a little too well. And I sent it to them. And then when I got back to my profile, it says, it has right on the front page a picture of this very sensual naked statue. And it says, Ramona is the goddess Aphrodite. She is vain, easily offended, and sexually promiscuous. So then I realized, oh my God, I've sent it out to so many people, including the vice president of the company, because he's on Facebook.
A week. A few more days, he's not in control anymore.
Oh, that's the only thing that's made me not feel like a total fool is knowing that he's not going to be the VP for much longer. We've been sold to another company, I don't have to face him once a year.
He's still going to be our consultant.
Oh God!
I'm just kidding. No, he's not.
And then
what do you think? Do you think it's as bad as she thinks it is, though?
And some of the people, yeah. And you said
Boozy didn't think it was.
And
bad.
people are like, "Thanks for letting me know, Ramona." You know what I mean?
I don't think
it's just awful.
Do you agree?
I was so distracted I could barely finish the show. I was humiliated. That's all I could think about was. Then I went back through and tried to figure out who I had sent it to, and thinking, maybe I should send them an explanation. Should I send something to the VP to say, hey, I had no idea what that whole Greek god thing was about. I don't know why I sent that. Because everybody else who has sent him some type of thing on his Facebook, it's all very nice, and nobody telling them, hey, listen, I get down.
When she said, and everybody else sees it, right?
Say everybody else sees it that you sent it to. That's
Yes.
So all the 20 people's friends all see it.
Oh God. Oh,
those people. None of them are my friend because I didn't get it.
I know. I've yet to see it.
I know. You didn't get it either.
Well, I didn't send it. And the worst part is I didn't send it to people I know who would just make fun of me and laugh. I sent it to people who are like, probably, whoa.
Hey.
Where did this come from? Thanks for letting me know.
I think most people don't even read. I don't read those things.
No,
when
thank
I get
you.
them.
I don't want to sleep with you, Ramona, but thanks for letting me know about your Greek goddess. So, oh God. Then I'm still reeling from that, and Matt and I are getting ready to go do production.
Yeah,
I want to know.
I'm not
because
told a soul.
All I heard was some yelling and screaming and some slamming of doors and some laughing.
I heard you yelling from the other behind the door. What the hell's going on over there?
I was getting water from the water cooler and talking to some coworkers, and all I heard was some And Matt going. So I heard some bathroom door slamming, so that's all I know.
So I couldn't finish the commercial because I had to go to the bathroom. Matt said he had to go too. And when I went to go to the restroom, the women's room was locked. And usually when the women's room is locked at the end of the show, there's a guy in there hogging the women's room.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I have to go really bad. I'm just going to go in the guy's room. But I did not know that the lock works the opposite way.
Right.
In the women's room, you turn it to the right.
Right. The lock is upside down, basically.
And in the men's room, it works the complete opposite. So I assumed that the door was locked, but it was not. And I go to use the bathroom, and the next thing you know, here comes Matt. And I could hear, the minute I heard the door click, I was like, oh, God. So I screamed, and he screamed, and he fell back into the wall, just laughing away, as if God gave me something funny down there. I left work feeling like a bargain basement human. It was so embarrassing. Oh, my God. I want to go home.
I'm telling you today, I'm not telling you now. It's funny, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything at all. I was too stunned.
That's nice.
No, but we can recreate it. I could show, that you can't see anything.
I'm not recreating anything.
No,
it's
but
not going on the website.
I'll replay the role of the woman. And I'll be in your position, and you come in and see if you can see anything.
I don't want to pretend. I don't want to see if I can see something. That was horrifying.
Do you understand what was going on?
I kind of got what was going on. All I heard, like I said, was the initial scream, then Matt laughing, and then some doors slamming. And it was in the lobby bathrooms out here at our radio station.
So then I figured I'm just going to go back in the studio with Doc and go somewhere where I can't hear Matt laughing because he laughed all while he used the bathroom.
No, I was laughing too, and the
then I
coworkers
realized
were laughing.
I'm locked in the lobby.
Oh, no!
So I can't get away from Matt. I have to wait for him to let me back in.
You can't even look at me.
No. That was humiliating.
It shouldn't be humiliating. I pull my pants down in front of you all the time.
Your girl stuff and starts laughing?
I couldn't see your girl stuff.
And you heard me screaming.
She did.
Well, that's
scream.
what made it funny. That's part of what made it funny. Because it was blood-curdling scream.
Oh, and just yesterday you were complaining about having to go to the chiropractor at the same time.
Yeah, you're right. This is another level.
This is a whole new level.
I have pulled my pants down in front of you 1,000 times.
I didn't look. And I've asked you not to do it. When you decide you're going to unzip your pants and pull them down to your knees to tuck in your shirt, I tell you that the place to do that is the restroom.
Well,
and even that's not safe anymore.
Stedman, does that do you find that humorous? She's laughing, but she's trying.
Sad I missed yesterday.
You're sad you missed it.
Oh, damn! I could have been here to laugh at you too.
I wouldn't have laughed.
I tried to make you feel good. I said I didn't see anything, and I wouldn't have laughed if I saw something because I knew you would feel bad. But it was, truly nothing because you were wearing a long dress, I think, or something.
Don't describe it.
No, but I'm serious. You were wearing something long, so I couldn't see anything. It wasn't like you were in there in your underwear. I mean, your underwear was probably there, but it wasn't like you were in a bathing suit or something in there.
What?
You were wearing a long drapey thing so you could.
I'm trying to help.
Is that supposed to be better?
Yes, I couldn't see anything. It just looked like you, like you in a weird position. Because you were done, I think. I didn't look at first because I was looking around at somebody, so just give me a second. The scream got my attention.
You were done.
I don't know if she was done or she was jumping up or whatever. Because I wasn't really paying attention at first. I was looking at talking to somebody or something. Good thing you said something. I would have walked right in and sat down on you. I wasn't paying attention.
Man, this seat's warm.
But I have seen more of you than that.
No, you have not.
But I couldn't see anything. I
my...
literally didn't see any skin. I didn't see any skin. I didn't see any wawa. I didn't see nothing. It just looked like you in a bathroom.
It just looked like you in a bathroom.
I mean, it wasn't any weird or anything. All right, we have to break. We'll talk more about this in a minute.
No, we won't.
No, to make you feel better.
It is over.
This is the Matt and Ramona Show.
Matt and Ramona, weekday afternoons at 3 on 107.9 The Link. Charlotte's best mix. Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter.
Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
All right, we're going to help Doc out this one.
Right.
How to ask
you spins and lands on Carrie Doc Bowser.
I mean, this will never happen, but how to ask a girl out. It'll never happen. Never happen. I wonder,
He's going to surprise you this year.
You know what is? He will live long. He's in shape, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. So when he's about 75 and all the other guys are dead, he'll be bopping every chick in the senior.
You won't even have to speak.
It's that 40-year-old virgin thing.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to wait a little longer now. But
No.
75-year-old
yeah,
virgin.
like 75-year-old virgin thing. He's not even talking over there.
He's going to hit 40, and people will be finishing that starter marriage.
And he swoops in.
He swoops in, and it's his oyster.
So you think he's going to have courage and all that stuff in
He
8
won't
years?
need it.
Yeah, he won't
They're
have
gonna
to
hunt
say anything.
him down.
Go Doc.
Yeah.
And he'll still look young as hell.
Yep, he'll still look incredibly young. Women will be like, "Oh my gosh, I know this guy." They're going to be passing him around.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Passing him
Passing him
around.
Yeah, he's going to be huge. I predict it.
And his age doesn't change, so he always looks like a youngin'.
Yep,
Black don't crack.
that's the truth. He is not cracking.
But on his, extra doesn't.
Huh?
He extra doesn't crack.
Extra
Because he
don't
looks
crack.
like, he looks like 20 years younger than he is.
So are you trying to say he's extra black?
Extra less cracky. More blacky, less cracky.
Is that a compliment?
And then Matt Harris, white-splained, black don't crack.
He's good skin, that fella. All right.
Yeah.
So one thing you need to do is do some basic due diligence to find out actually if she's available. That would make sense, right? You don't just want to swoop in. But here's an odd thing. You don't need to go, would you go out with me? Well, unless you're gay, you don't have to say that.
Yeah, you don't need that.
They say you don't need to do that because they're saying maybe she won't go out with you because you're gay, but they're saying don't bring it up. Just assume, don't worry about it. She's not going out with you. She's not going out with you.
Right.
As if somebody's going to say, would you go out with me or are you gay? You can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
She might use that as an excuse just so you'll go away.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm gay.
Go away. I'm gay. Go away. But you can't do that.
I very recently even talked to a woman who was saying, "Hey, by the way, I told so-and-so that I was gay." Just to,
What?
Yeah. One of our coworkers did it when we were in Jamaica.
But it wouldn't scare me away. I mean,
Nothing. We learned nothing scares you away.
Let me finish. Would not scare me away from her per se as a relationship, whatever. But I'd want to continue to hang out with her because if she's hot, she'd have hot hetero friends somewhere hidden. And so you don't just shut it down like, all right, I'll never talk to you again. You're like, all right, I'm going to keep hanging out with you.
I don't think she wants you to.
What he doesn't realize is this is being used as a man deterrent. You're not going to stop me.
Yeah,
I keep following you around, calling you, hanging out.
Not me, but like a guy. I think a guy, if he's smart, would continue to hang out with her. He would say like...
You never hung out with her in the first place. You're trying to ask her out.
If he's smart, he realizes that she doesn't want to be with him.
Well, she says, I'm gay. You say, well, all right, then we'll just be friends. Do you have any
and she'll
hot
say,
heteros?
I got plenty of friends.
Do you have any hot heteros?
I got plenty of friends. I don't even know you, stranger. Go away.
Yeah, but I'm cool. You're cool. Maybe we can be friends.
All my friends are gay.
Oh, well, then I'll be friends with all the gay girls, and they can teach me about gayness and girls.
Go away.
Saddest man ever.
Go away.
think it would work like a charm. I think it would work like a charm. Nobody is turning that guy down as a friend.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Because I want to learn about girls and gays and
You know it all.
This is your chance.
Need a friend?
Or you could say, like, that you're gay. I happen to have a friend who might be right for you. But you really don't.
Well, now you're lying.
Just like keep her hanging on.
I just really want to be your friend. I'm sorry I lied.
Matt starts dressing like a girl and introduces himself as Matt's cousin, Mattina.
Yeah.
And then she falls in love with him, and then he has to reveal the fact that he really is Matt.
I'm not Mrs. Doubtfire.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Bandy does News Nuts at 3:30 every day, sometimes a bonus at the 6 o'clock hour, and here's some examples.
A 73-year-old beet farmer named Jim in Australia was riding his bicycle last month looking for grasshoppers on his farm when he hit a divot and went flying over the handlebars. He landed on his head and broke his neck. When he woke up and realized he was still alive, he knew he needed to get himself home and get some help ASAP because his broken neck, his head wouldn't stay up.
Oh, like a bobblehead, like a human bobblehead. Like a real-life bobblehead.
Horrible.
He could not hold his head
Like
up
a top
straight.
baby.
Yeah. So
it makes my neck hurt just thinking about it.
he grabbed his hair to hold his head up straight. So
I'm glad he wasn't bald.
Like, yeah, it's a good thing. I'd be out of luck. He got back on his motorcycle and drove himself more than a mile back to his house. And
It was probably bumpy.
yeah, in excruciating pain, he says. He was taken to the hospital where they found he had fractured several vertebrae. He had surgery, and now he's expected to make a full recovery. But 73, and he's that tough.
He's 73 years old.
73 years old,
Wow.
riding a motorcycle, breaking his neck, and holding his own neck up while he drives.
And that
home.
was surprising. I never really heard of a beet farmer. That got me a little, too, at the beginning.
That kind of tickled me, too.
I
It just seems
tickled you. I thought you giggled.
like a weird...
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, what are you? I'm a beet farmer.
I've only heard of it because of Dwight on The Office.
Exactly.
I never heard of that.
Exactly.
I thought a beet farmer might be like a famous DJ's name. I'm the beet farmer on the 1 and 2s. Yeah.
Farmer isn't necessarily a word used to describe one who's cool.
Not really hip.
Like,
Okay.
yo,
Farmers.com.
I'm a poetry farmer,
Yeah, not
yo.
hip.
Yeah. Drop some
Yeah.
rhymes. I wonder if, like, when he got to the place, did his wife or whoever put him in a, like, head, what do you call it, neck brace or something, have one laying around? Don't let your mom Wheezy hear this story, because she wears a head or a neck brace, even though she doesn't need one. She hears this, she'll be like, I told you so. You never know.
Actually, my mom's use of the neck brace got so extreme at one point that a random doctor was like, listen, you're weakening your neck.
Like a doctor that you didn't go to see because of...
Didn't even ask. Like, excuse me, but you're weakening your neck.
I mean, that'd be like not using a limb or something.
She might have to do what this guy did.
Pull her head up by her hair.
Yeah.
Those muscles get too weak. She can't hold her head up straight.
Yeah, tell her not to go wig, because she'll just she'll just leave a little hold on and her head will just fall off. But that's a great unfortunately, he's old, because that'd be a great story to tell if you were, like, for the rest of your life, but his life's not going to be all that long.
Wow.
So-
Why are we killing off the beet farmer?
I don't know. A 73-year-old who can
That's
do
true.
this is going to live a long
That's
time.
true. That's true. And he's a farmer.
Dude, you stub a toe and you can barely make it.
That's true. That's true. That is true. What else?
A 35-year-old guy was speeding and swerving through Wayne, New Jersey on Saturday night, so the cops pulled him over. He was slurring his speech and making strange hand movements and grasping at the air, so the cops knew he was on something. They just weren't sure what.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him a breathalyzer, and he passed. He wasn't on any kind of illegal drug. He was on over-the-counter mood enhancement medicine for his cat.
Like catnip?
Yes, the guy had been chugging something called catnip cocktail, which is a drink for cats that's supposed to help them with their anxiety. And there's a huge warning on it that says it's not safe for human consumption. But the guy took it and was having a good old time.
Catnip. Basic catnip.
Yeah.
Shocked it didn't kill him or something.
Well, it's probably, I would imagine, if you take it in a small amount, because it's made for a cat, there's probably not enough to kill you if you're a human unless you took a ton of it.
See,
Right?
this is your PSA, ladies and gentlemen. If you start to think like Matt as it relates to just tasting your cat's cocktail, you're in trouble.
I have anxiety. Works on a cat. Why not me?
Hey,
You can't blame the guy.
cat's so small. I just take a little bit. What harm can it
nice
do?
little swig.
If you're dumb enough to believe there's such a thing that'll cut down on your cat's anxiety, then you deserve to drink it.
Then you are dumb enough to believe that a little bit won't hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, the odds are probably pretty good. It's not going to
See
kill
what I
you.
mean, people? This is your PSA.
Was he arrested? I mean, he really didn't
Yeah,
do
he
anything
was
wrong.
arrested on driving while intoxicated and reckless driving.
But he wasn't. They saw him on the side of the road waving his hands. They did not see him drive. I'm taking him to court.
Yeah, they saw him swerving in the car.
I thought you said he was just on the side of the road, jumping up and down with his arms.
No. He was swerving
And your PSA continues.
in a vehicle.
Don't be like Matt.
Wonder if he was hallucinating or
Well, he was grasping at the air, so I'm guessing he was hallucinating.
like a cat. Maybe he saw a ball on a string.
Yeah, he was
And
like
just
trying to play with
He
it.
was swatting at it.
Yeah, he was just swatting at it. You going all cat on everything. Speaking of cats, the Chinese youth are obsessed with cat sniffing. Zhao Xiaobo loves sniffing his orange tabby cat and spends hours playing with his pet every day.
The people of China have got to be like, come on, no.
Yeah.
No. We're worried about millennials and the tweens and their technology. Cat sniffing is a much bigger problem.
Not really.
We're okay.
It's not like sexting. I would think sexting's more of a problem than
No,
sniffing a cat.
no, cat sniffing.
You hate cats. What if it's dog sniffing?
It's still not.
You don't like
it's not
sniffing
right.
anything. Like anything sniffing probably doesn't go well. If you're like a guy who likes to sniff ...
Unless you're a dog, being into sniffing anything is weird.
That's what I'm saying. If you said,
Yeah.
except flowers, I guess you could say, but usually the word sniffing, you would say smelling.
Like we made
the word
fun of this girl
sniffing.
in college who liked to sniff her fingers. That's weird.
But better than snorting.
You think better than snorting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
you
it could be snorting anything.
Panties, you can
Yeah.
snort. You can only sniff.
Ajax,
If you were snorting panties,
illegal
there
drugs.
is a problem.
Yeah. Snorting is worse for health-wise.
Yeah.
Sniffing seems more creepy-wise.
Yeah, it's just kind of creepy, but it's,
Didn't you have a story the other day?
Not
What were you
gonna
telling?
cause
This is
any-
off the air. You were telling about somebody was selling something to sniff. Was it socks or underwear?
Oh,
something?
yeah. This woman was making a lot of money by selling her socks to a guy with a foot fetish.
Yeah.
Over the internet. She was selling them for $60 a piece.
Man, I need to find somebody.
When
Anyway.
they see pictures of your rotten foot, you're not going to get any money for it.
Hey, ugly toe, you step back. So Eddie Zhao Xiaobo puts his face in the fluffy cat body, inhales deeply while stroking the tummy. He's one of China's many cat sniffers. Is this many? Like, is this one of these things we do in news stations here? There's one Twitter thing and we say it. Obsessively smells their cats multiple times a day. He says, as a veteran cat sniffer, I don't get my fix. If I don't get my fix, I feel absolutely terrible. I have a serious cat addiction. He has cats all over his stuff, clothes, cell phone covers, whatever. If it's had anything with cat on it, he's going to buy it. And he says, my cat has supreme status at my home. He calls himself a, quote, shovel feces officer. Many cat lovers in China will call themselves a shovel feces officer, probably in Chinese, which means that, the cat's up here.
Yeah, you just
you're down there.
live to care for your cat
And shovel his poo.
Need something to
and
aspire
keep
to.
the litter box clean.
Yeah.
That's, ugh.
He has a real cat at home, but he nonstop watches videos and pictures of cat on the internet. When you're into watching cats on the internet, apparently it's called cloud cats. And cat fans, because we see it, you see it all the time, of cats on the internet. It's kind of slowed down, right? I mean, I used to see it a lot more. You do now, I think. Or is it
Cat
still up there?
videos and
Yeah.
pictures? Oh, no, it's crazy. I see
We
it all
have
the time.
one on our Facebook
Yeah.
page
That's
right
cats
now.
being jerks. Back in the day, it used to be a poster in your dorm room that would say, like,
Hang in there.
hang in there. Oh, I hate Mondays. On this one social media network thing in China, 180,000 followers of the cat post and only 60,000 on dog post. Raising cats is big news in China, a lifestyle heavily focused on China's empty nest youth, the unmarried who live alone in major cities. So they get a cat because they're lonely. But nobody cares about the dogs. I don't even want to ask what that is.
It's more laughs and more fun.
It's Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Righty, we'd love it. Little favor to ask. Could you get on wherever you're listening to this from? Stitcher, iTunes, the Apple Podcast button, whatever, and give us a 1,000,000-star review. I think you can only give 5, but give 5, and it'll really help us. So
5
thank you.
glorious stars.
The glorious stars. I want to talk more about. You said there's a rule or a idea or a thought or an app or what is it that helps women at the gym not be chatted up by guys?
It's
Just a
not an
technique.
app. It's an action.
Oh, okay. I'm
And
going to invent an app.
actually, the movement
They have
we'll
those
say,
already.
started last week because there is an author. Her name is Olivia Cole, and she tweeted about an interaction that she witnessed when she was at the gym. There was a woman at her gym who got a guy to go away by pretending to fart.
It's not going to work.
And as he walked over to her, she was like, wait. You don't want to come over here? Dude, I just farted, and it's bad. It's really bad.
She's
and he
so
was
wrong.
like, yeah, I'm out of here.
She does not know guys.
So after that, a lot of Olivia Cole's followers started tweeting, and it spread from there. And other women saying, oh, my gosh, I had to do this. It works. So now it's a thing. A guy tries to talk to you while you're working out. You don't want to be bothered. You tell him that you just farted and it's bad. He doesn't want to come and approach you. You even make a little farting sound. You turn your head. You bend over to like you're tying your
You can
shoe.
get an app for that, right? Make a noise.
No.
There are all kinds of farting apps.
Yeah,
Yes.
that way they don't see your lips.
There's
Just use the
tons of
apps.
them.
Yeah, tons of apps. You can make.
Well, you got to have your phone then ready to go.
Well, aren't you? Sometimes you listen to music on it, so all you got to do is just like beep. But anyway, I really.
Even without making the sound,
Really, with me-
you tell a guy, hey, stop right where you are, dude. I just
just can't imagine what's wrong with these guys. Why it would stop them?
what do you mean? Because the woman obviously has some gastrointestinal distress going on. Who wants to
So
get all up in
doesn't.
that?
I'm not prejudiced against that. Sometimes people have issues, but not only that, she has opened the dialogue, opened the gateway to dialogue. She has talked to you, which implies that she wants to keep talking to you.
Oh, so I
it's-
get it.
it's
I
like
see
comedy.
what's happening here.
Yeah.
Hot rule.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing that she could say. She could just say, "I not only did I just fart, but I think I sharted or I
Yeah.
pooped my pants."
Well, I think it
And
would
you'd
even.
still be like, "Oh, wow, she's so cute. She's so open and honest with what's going on
Unless
with
it's
her
a
body."
steady stream of gas constantly coming out, the guy's going to walk over.
I would even say if she is a 6 or above, I'm still talking to her because that's funny to me. It's like, hey, at least you're honest. That's pretty fun. And then you have a conversation about, oh, I've been there, I've done that, whatever.
And I think it's very nice of her to warn me, like, wait, don't come over here. It
You
smells.
are just
But
the
that also
sweetest
means,
gas passer.
hey, come
I've
over in a
ever
minute.
met.
Come over like after it clears.
Because
Come on over.
because chances are I haven't said anything yet.
Right.
And she's just like blurting out, hey, don't come over here. I just gassed.
So it's like saying it's inviting you to come back later.
Yeah. It's like, It's like, hey, come back.
Okay,
wait a
what
few
if you
seconds.
come back later and she's still pulling the same move? Do you then take it as a deterrent?
And I bring some Beano and ask her out.
I think I bring up then, man, do you have some sort of medical issue? Because a friend of mine has, Tudor's disease.
Oh, knowing you probably go, oh my gosh, wait till we get together and I eat tomato sauce.
Right.
But here's the thing.
You have
Since
opened the
there is
doorway.
a hot rule.
This
It
isn't even
basically
hot.
says you will go through anything to talk to a hot chick. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on with her. What could she say to keep you or do
Well,
to keep you from approaching her? Like,
mean,
she
a guy in
sees
general.
you eyeing her, and here you are sauntering over. How does she just stop you in your tracks?
Well, me, I would never approach, but other guys, I think you just got to do the old kind of keep putting your headphones on over until, eventually he's going to take a hint.
Or say, don't come over here. I'm not interested
Or just
in
straight
you.
up say, yeah. Or straight up
Oh,
say
that's
that.
too rude.
It's not rude. I think putting in your headphones,
Like,
the way
don't
the
come
gym
over
is
here, I'm
built
not
these
interested.
days, and I go in there, most people have headphones on, and, people respect it now if you're in general. But if they come over, you're just like, answer the question real quick, just only take one earbud out, put the earbud back in, maybe walk to a different area. He comes over again, you say, yeah, I got to just, yeah. And then you do that, and then you put your earbud back in.
Mutter incoherently.
Did anyone understand that?
Yeah. It's just like, yeah. I think you just keep just barely acknowledging and one earbud only out, and or straight up say, "Hey, man, can you give me? I'm trying to focus on this set. Can you give me a little bit?" And then you sneak out, chloroform them. Although hot tub, you can't chloroform a guy.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not a good idea to chloroform anyone anywhere.
Especially a guy in a gym.
No, anyone anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. More in a minute.
It's Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Let's see. I read about this guy, and this is kind of a scary thing to do with a prisoner in Spain or something. And they're getting ready to give an autopsy. They even got the markers on. They draw with the Sharpie or whatever. What we're going to chop up. And then he starts snoring. After 3 doctors said he was dead.
Oh, God.
He was not dead, obviously. He was snoring. And he just survived before they started cutting him up. He had a thing called catalepsy, a condition characterized by inactivity, decreased responsiveness to stimuli, tendency to maintain an immobile posture. Vital signs are so low that they can't pick them up, even undetectable, even by doctors. You can move the limbs around, put them wherever you want, and that can look like rigor mortis, the 3rd stage of death, even though it's just kind of like you're chilling.
Wow.
You need to put that. You need to find out whether you have that and put a tag on or something.
Exactly.
Or get a tattoo.
But you probably don't know.
I'm probably not dead.
Wow.
Give me some time.
Bring out your dead. There is a condition called, or fear, tagophobia. Oh, I'm sorry, taphobia. Taphobia. Fear of being buried alive. One of the most common phobias. I got to put it up there. I got to put it way up there. If I had to pick one, if I had to, I asked, like standing on a ledge 20 feet high that's only like a foot wide, or being buried alive and breathing through a straw. Either one of them you have to do for like 20 minutes.
You've mentioned this breathing through a straw thing
I can't kill
several
you.
times.
Okay, you're buried alive, and you hope they don't. They hope they can shovel to get you.
Hey, by the way, here's a crazy straw.
Yeah. Don't you ever feel Bandy's way in on standing on the thing?
Give me the ledge all
There's
day.
no way he's going underground.
No, because then things are out of my control if I'm underground.
Oh, I see.
If I'm on the ledge, I still have some control.
Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. You can talk yourself into it.
But, people are like, yeah, we'll come back and unbury you in an hour and a half. You just breathe through the straw. What happens if the 5 people who knew about you being buried alive die in a car wreck?
Or what if some guy gets to be a smartass and puts his thumb over the hole and you can't breathe?
An animal comes along. I mean, there's lots of ways it could go wrong.
I think I could sleep through it, but I don't want a tight space. You were afraid of animals. You would hate being in a bathtub full of some sort of animal.
Right.
Like even a
Unless
snake?
it's puppies.
Snakes?
I would take snakes over
Buried alive
cats
or heights?
or rodents of any sort.
Yeah. What would you do? A bathtub full of snakes over the ledge or buried alive?
Yeah. See, snakes don't get to me.
Okay, how about ants? And you're covered in syrup.
I don't think I want
I'm not covered in syrup?
Yeah.
You're covered in syrup. I'm trying to get her to go underground. I mean, she's like...
Why
you're
are
gonna
we
be
trying to
stinky.
force me underground?
Not force you underground, but I would rather be in the... you're not afraid of being buried alive, which I
No,
find
not really.
weird because you're afraid of so many things.
I figure it's a good nap for me.
Good nap.
Yeah, a final nap.
Yeah.
Last eternity.
You're in a coffin. And
Because-
you said you wouldn't even sleep in a coffin because you don't play with dead or something.
Right.
Well, you're in a coffin and you're being
that's
buried.
playing with death.
But you're giving me these options. I'm incredibly afraid of heights. I figured if I'm I don't like to play with the whole coffin thing because
Yeah.
I don't
you're in a
I don't
coffin.
play with death. But if you have to bury me alive,
In a coffin
okay.
with a corpse.
But no, I'm not. I don't want to be in there with a corpse. Adding a corpse.
That's where you draw
I'm
the
out.
line?
Yeah, I don't want to be with a dead body. That's horrifying.
That wouldn't make any difference in the scenario for me, whether there's a dead body in there or not.
I don't want to be with a dead body anywhere.
Dead body anywhere?
Anywhere.
$100?
No, like a friend of mine in Pennsylvania was a part of this book club, and a member of the book club was the owner of a funeral home. Her family.
Yeah.
So they could have their book club gatherings there.
Yeah.
Be like, heck no.
You wouldn't go to a funeral home?
For a book club? like, don't mind her.
People live there.
That's just Gladys Nixon. She's been dead all week.
But people live in the funeral home, right? Family does.
I don't care. I'm not one of those people who lives there. I don't want to live there. I don't want to hang out there. If I'm going to a funeral home, I'm going to say goodbye to someone.
Right.
I'm going to be there for about an hour, and then I'm going to say goodbye again.
How about would it make a difference if you were into dead bodies like in a morgue?
No.
Or that's not as scary?
I don't want to be in the morgue either. I don't want to be around dead bodies. And I recently read how traumatic it is for most people to see a dead body. Even if you don't know the person, it is traumatic.
A fresh dead body? Or
even police officers, they have to get counseling.
Well, that's if they get killed in a really gruesome way, and you haven't done it a lot.
Dude, there's no not gruesome way to be killed, and there's no fantastic way to hang out with dead people.
Well, I wouldn't.
It's not Weekend at Bernie's.
I think I wouldn't mind lying in a pile of dead people.
Well, you go hang out with dead people.
My cousin's an EMT, and she's seen dead people, and she's like over it now.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it would bother me.
It's reality radio on your schedule. Off air with Matt and Ramona.
Welcome back to the podcast, you turkeys. All right, online dating mistakes. Ramona, you've online dated.
Mm-hmm.
See if you say thumbs up or thumbs down, because they say these are mistakes. How about the smooth dude just writes you a message that says, hi.
This is stupid. Don't waste my time.
Do you think the guy's copy and pasting hi over a bunch of things?
He might actually be typing hi,
but
it's just a basic phishing technique.
It's not a great conversation starter.
No, hi.
Would you
Hi.
even respond?
No, I
No
wouldn't
response?
respond. None. I don't respond to just hi or hey there or a wink.
How about can you respond with hi with goodbye? Could you do that?
No, that's rude. I'm not.
I'm just kidding.
Dating online allows you to be really picky and fickle.
All right, so I do with the hi guy.
So why even
Maybe you're
bother
missing out on
with
something.
saying hi back?
He's a soft-spoken young man with a big Yankee Doodle dandy. The guys don't have a bare bones profile. Women don't like that. Just like, hey, I'm 6'4". Well, they need more.
Right. Write
more.
something. Go beyond just the yes and no's and the A, B, C, or D's. Actually write something.
Movies, hobbies, talents, whatever.
Even if I want you to go beyond just, they allow you to click. Like, what are your hobbies? Motocross, yoga, travel. Do more than click. Actually write a couple of sentences. I love to travel.
More than click.
I've been to 8 countries.
Now you're just bragging.
I enjoy my work. I enjoy my kids. Something.
Yeah. But then some of that, you don't really enjoy your work. You're lying. All right.
There are some people who do enjoy their work.
I love my I love my job. I love my job, but I think I'm special. They don't want women don't like it when you drop a line like, "Hey, gorgeous," or "Hey, beautiful."
Oh,
they say it feels kind of icky for the lady.
It's very playerish.
And your word, of course, pretty. Never call Ramona pretty.
Hi, pretty.
Pretty girl.
I don't understand pretty. I wouldn't want to be called pretty by a guy. But
what
I
would you prefer?
Hot or beautiful or something like that.
You want to be called hot or beautiful?
I don't want to be a pretty boy.
You want to be a beautiful boy.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, beautiful boy.
A pretty boy, it's like I want to be a little more rugged. A pretty boy's not very manly.
I have never called a man beautiful.
No?
I've called a baby boy beautiful.
I've known 2 guys that I consider beautiful.
Who are your beauty kings?
One was a kid my brother played baseball with.
Okay,
I think it was Ricky
not
Lorenzo
right.
or something. And then the other one, I forget his name, but at Virginia Beach, we used him as bait. Well, I didn't use him as bait. I was married. But, you send him out there to get girls to pay attention because he's so pretty. And then it's just a beautiful man.
Those are 2 horrible examples of beautiful.
I thought the first one was creepy until the second one came along.
Ricky had the most amazing eyelashes and kind of a constant, kind of brown skin, I guess, because of. But he looked tan at the time. We thought he was tan.
Turned out years later he was Latino.
Yeah.
Really,
But
Matt
he was
Aaron?
very beautiful. Very beautiful. And to this day, my brother and I talk about his beauty.
Oh, that is just beyond creepy.
We thought about looking him up on Facebook to see if he's still beautiful. But I have a feeling there's no way he could have kept that pace.
Sadly, you've thought about it.
Yeah. We always mention it.
Disturbing. Really disturbing.
We were at the same age, so it's not as disturbing.
I hope you never
No,
find
it's,
Ricky.
it's still disturbing.
Ricky,
Or
very.
the bait guy.
Yeah.
Please tell me he was not.
Oh, he was of age. That's what you wonder.
Was he Latino as well?
No, he wasn't Latino.
Because
He
is
was
this a fetish thing?
No, he was not Latino.
Because you know how I feel about
No, this is not a fetish
racial
thing.
fetishes.
He was just regular good old whitey, but he was pretty. You ever seen pretty guys? You ever know a pretty guy, Mandy?
No,
Or a beautiful man? How about a beautiful man? A guy you would consider beautiful?
I would consider Cam Newton beautiful.
There you go.
Okay, I would say he's hot. I don't know, beautiful.
I know. I can't.
Who's beautiful to you, Bandy?
Nobody's beautiful.
But you know what a
Well,
pretty?
hot
You don't
guys,
want to be a
though.
pretty guy though.
No, you don't want to be pretty or beautiful if you're a guy. You just want to be hot.
Beautiful.
I mean, I'll take whatever I can get.
I
You
know.
can call me
Pretty's
pretty all
worse
day.
than beautiful.
I'll take pretty all day.
Matt wants to be beautiful, so let him be beautiful, Bandy.
on, man.
It's not no skin off your nose if Matt wants to.
Can you not give me
You
beautiful?
want him to be hot, he wants to be beautiful.
Right.
Thanks for listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Check out the articles, videos, and news you heard today at 1079thelink.com.
Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter.
Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Ghosting. I don't think you have to say it that way every time. And I wonder why ghosts. Where it started, we went like this. We were talking about ghosts. Like, how did it begin like that?
You started the original ghost sound.
Why couldn't ghosts just be like ghost or ghost or anything? It could be a number of things. But we went with ooh.
Those sounds are already taken by other
And
stereotypes.
ooh's been like hundreds of years, I would imagine. We've been doing ooh. Okay, side note. I want to know why. Isn't these little things like that stick in your head once in a while?
No.
No, it's just me. Okay. Ghosting is actually when
Yeah, somebody you're in a relationship with, like, just disappears without any explanation. They refuse to communicate with you any further.
I've done it to people.
There are characteristics of people who have a higher tendency to ghost.
What a tendency. Okay, well, like their personality trait or something?
Yeah, these are the tendencies of ghosters. Number one, they fear confrontation. They would much rather run away than actually face it.
I think I've done that before.
And I think there are some people, perhaps me, who have ghosted somebody and rationalized it by saying, you know what, let's not have a scene here.
Yeah.
We haven't invested enough to go through some things, so let's just let it fade away.
Or you just don't want to hurt their person's feelings. It's
Right.
not about the confrontation. It's about
confrontation.
you're going to ruin this person's day, and they're going to see you as a jerk.
Well, sometimes mine is just out of pure laziness. You know, like not too long ago, I mean, 5 years ago or so, but I still think about it. This my old college guy I know, and we weren't the tightest, but you know, he said he listened to me on radio and I should text him and all this stuff, and I never responded because once you get to a point, no, he Facebook messaged me that right with his phone number. So, but once you get to that point, there's a certain point where it's too long now to answer. I feel, and so I just gave up. Like there's a certain point, like if it's a month later and I see it sitting there, you can't return. You know, there's a certain time period that goes by where now it's ended. You can't go back.
And now it's been 5 years.
Yeah, so I can't go back
You
now.
definitely can't say,
Yeah.
hey,
Mike Babcock.
remember I was supposed to contact you back in, what was that?
2007 or something.
09.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too late now, right?
Let's get together. Remember how I ghosted you? Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's get back together.
It was one of those
I
things.
would totally not respond to you.
Yeah, you missed your window.
I did miss my window.
But was a month too long? Was 2 weeks too long?
A month is pushing it. 6 weeks, definitely.
Because I'll be honest with you. During the St. Patrick's Day Festival,
Yeah.
I ran into my childhood tap dance partner.
my
God, that's ridiculous.
You hear yourself.
Did you hear that sentence?
My childhood dance partner.
Tap dance, no less.
Carla and I were a dynamic tap dancing duo in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Carla live here?
It turns out, yes, Carla moved here. And I saw her on Facebook, but I did not know she'd moved here. I just thought it was, wow, my childhood tap dancing partner is on Facebook. Turns out she lives in Charlotte, like minutes away.
Uh-oh. And you knew this before you saw her at this thing?
No, I didn't know that she was in Charlotte. I knew that she was back in my life somehow because of Facebook. But you know how you get a Facebook message like, hey.
You don't really, you don't investigate it, really.
I was her RA back in college. Yeah. We went to church together in Columbus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ran into her at the St. Patrick's Day Festival, met her beautiful daughter and grandkids, and I did the old, I'm going to call you thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Why did you do that? You knew you wouldn't.
I know, and
I really had great intentions. I really had great intentions. But
well, intentions are worth, what the hell's paved
I
in
talked
gold
myself
or
out
something.
of calling this week because if I called her this week, we couldn't get together for another 2 weeks because I was too booked. And then I talked myself out of calling her the next week.
I know how it goes. Trust me.
A month passes, and now I think too much time has passed.
Yes.
So if I go back, it's like, oh, by the way, I scrounged up your number.
Yes,
and I finally
I'm with
decided
you.
to make enough time for you. It just
But it probably
it's
isn't
too
that way,
much.
but that's how I imagine it.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that she'd be like, forget it now.
Yeah, that's what I think, too. So you're
and
with
by
me.
the way, I was better
Yeah,
than you were in the duo.
that's what she said.
You held me back.
Yeah, but then you saw her. But then you saw her, and then you said you'd call, and you haven't called since St. Patty's Day.
No.
You're barely in the window.
Yeah.
Am I in the window?
I think you got a shot.
You can. Yeah.
I'd
think
say
you
2
can
months
still do
might be
it.
way out of the window. Because about 6, 7 weeks, you start to 8 is definitely out.
I think
2 months
you
is
can-
definitely out.
Yeah. You basically got till like June.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have another month. I have
Yeah.
till like
So
June
you need to get on
17?
that.
2
Yeah.
months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I've asked for 2 people's numbers before they were on Facebook. I'm like, hey, man, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, I want to give you a call. And I never called either one of them. Because I realized, what do I have to say to them? I haven't seen them in 20 years.
What do I have to offer?
Yeah.
I can't even find my tap shoes.
Right.
Like, hey, want to get our duo, want to get Carmona back together for a taste of Charlotte?
Yeah, exactly. And my people weren't even in town, so there's even less of a reason
Yeah,
to chat with them.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get back to your mess.
He found them on the internet, so they must be true.
Matt's Odd Facts Corner.
Matt's Odd Facts Corner. Off-air edition. God, why do I feel the need to sing that?
That's a question we ask ourselves every time.
Let's see. The female fox, a vixen, a male fox, a tod, or a dog fox. A vixen.
God.
I never knew a vixen. Oh, God, my mind.
Now Fox and Foxy make more sense.
Yes. A hungry wolf.
Such a fox.
A hungry wolf can eat 20 pounds of meat in a single meal, which is the same as a human eating 100 hamburgers. Come on, man.
Wow.
I need quick reactions. Let's see.
Why do I react to that?
I don't know.
Whoa!
The word
A
dilemma.
hungry wolf, huh?
Yeah.
I've
Hungry
been,
like a
I've been
wolf?
thinking a lot about hungry wolf.
All right, on. The word dilemma originally meant a choice between 2 tough options. 3 options was called a trilemma. 4 options, a quadrilemma. And so on and so
I'm going to
forth.
bring that back.
Yeah, I think
I've
you
got
should.
a quadrilemma.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which shoes to wear.
Just about 63% of Starbucks stores have another one within a mile. The average store has about 4 stores within 1 mile.
I'm going to blow your mind. Belmont's getting its second Starbucks.
You already had 2, right?
No,
They
there
count?
was one in Gastonia.
Oh, the one in Target, and
And
then across the
in
street.
Target, then one opened across
Okay,
the street.
I don't even know why I asked that.
Then one opened in the
know
Harris
either.
Teeter in Belmont.
great, fantastic.
Now we're getting our own standalone Starbucks. We have arrived, my friends.
Okay, that was the worst fact. Worse
It's
than
better
any fact.
than the hungry wolf.
No, it's not. A wolf that eats almost equivalent of 100 hamburgers? Jeez.
My cousin Day Day can eat
The
100
Duran
hamburgers.
Duran song makes a lot more sense
Yes,
now.
hungry wolf.
So I'll give you
And
that.
it should have been hungry wolf instead of hungry hippos, the game. The U.S. has the highest drinking age in North or South America. The next closest, Paraguay, at 20. Okay, I'm going to start cranking it up now.
Next level stats.
Next level. A genetic variant causes cilantro to taste like soap for 10% of the population. Okay, come on. That's pretty crazy. There's 10% of the population who eats that and is like, oh, I got to get the soap out of my mouth. Pope Francis used to be a nightclub bouncer. He stabbed him with his pointy hat. A group of flies is called a business. Get your business out of here. Come on. Where's like any kind of joy?
I'm still stuck on hungry like a wolf.
U.S. is one of the few countries that drinks milk cold. Most other countries use a different method of pasteurization that keeps milk good even when it's not refrigerated.
That's
They do room temperature.
Disgusting.
Room temperature milk?
Ugh,
Oh, God.
will not touch it.
No, you're not going
Maybe
to.
I love
it's
milk.
best cold.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. Well, warm milk is not bad, but room temperature milk is bad.
The McDonald's character Grimace, originally evil. In 1971, he was called Evil Grimace. His goal was to steal milkshakes. That lasted for a year, and then they turned him into a good guy. Stupid.
They needed more good guys because they had the burglars stealing hamburgers, and then you had the fry guy stealing fries.
They had crooked old Mayor McCheese.
Oh,
He wasn't crooked. Why was he crooked?
He was embezzling. I don't know.
know that.
I don't know. I just assume politicians are
Why would you
crooked.
smear
They're
his
liars
name?
for sure. You can always see your nose, but your brain has the ability to ignore it.
That's good.
That's good.
I'd hate
That's
to
a good
be
fact.
staring at that thing all the time.
That's good. Mike Tyson once offered a zoo attendant $10,000 to open the cage and let him fight a bullying gorilla.
Wow.
Come on, people! I'm not getting anything from
I
you.
would pay to see that.
Women tend to wad toilet paper. Men fold before wiping.
I find that hard to believe. Men are folding anything.
Well, yeah, we fold, but it's not like a folding neatly. Just a
Just over and over and over.
yeah, not wad like a
I like
ball.
multiple layers.
Yeah.
I don't even think about folding.
Well, dude, I'm a big time folder in life, man. I fold in life. Let's see. I better give you one more. I can't find it. All right. Gorillas and potatoes have 2 more chromosomes than humans do. Come on. Come on. God, I'm not getting anything out. Okay, finally, female koalas have 2 vaginas. That is something to leave
Mind
you.
blown.
Wow.
Male koalas partying hard. I mean, partying alive. Partying alive.
Real laughs.
No filter.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Tell them about the voice Charlotte style, Matt and Ramona style, Ramona.
You might be performing on the main stage at Taste of Charlotte, competing in the Link's Voice Competition. Go to 1079thelink.com and put your phone in selfie mode so that we can hear your voice. We're going to pick singers to perform on the main stage, and the one who gets the most chairs turned around and gets the approval of the judges and the crowd is going to win the ultimate ticket package for the summer.
And you get to see a video, if you'd like, on the Matt and Ramona Facebook page or 1079link.com of us doing a promo for it. And we're doing some singing, man. Serious singing.
Well, it's singing.
Bandy says I brought back my classic claw hand from the past.
And you did.
That's a man playing a guitar, people. That's an air guitar.
If you say so.
All right. All right. Here are some common words you probably didn't know came from TV shows.
Oh, okay.
Not. Remember that back in the 90s?
Like, not?
You're beautiful.
Not.
Yeah. It was a Wayne's World sketch.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hanks was the host. At one point, Myers turns to Hanks and says, anyways, Barry, that was really interesting. And then looks at the camera. Not. It was the word of the year, 92, was huge. In 1978, on an SNL sketch, Steve Martin kind of said it, but it really wasn't until they did it then. Regifting. Seinfeld came up with the show, came up with the word regifting.
Interesting.
Yes. Going commando. Anybody know?
I assumed it was the Matman thing.
Joey from Friends. However, there was some college slang back in 74, but it took Joey from Friends to really make it, in the mainstream usage of going commando. Debbie Downer. I thought,
That was
honestly.
SNL, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I always thought she was doing a takeoff on the word. I always thought that. But no, she's the one who Rachel Dratch came up with Debbie Downer.
Because I swear
surprised.
it was a thing before
I know.
2004.
I know.
Me too.
But listen, these linguists.
I thought Debbie Downer had always been around.
I did too.
Maybe it was just a common. It went with Downer.
Yeah, well, she the people who research these things say they found it.
Okay. She made it a character.
Yeah.
I don't think she made it a saying, but
Well, call this guy. Meh,
Meh.
whatever. Yeah, meh. It's indifference, disappointment, whatever. Really unclear the linguistic origins. Some maybe say Yiddish, but there's no proof. But it's The Simpsons, specifically a scene from the 1992 episode Sideshow Bob Roberts, where meh became a thing. That's they know for sure. A trace from there. Some people, yeah. And then for movies, you got the word.
I thought it would only be known for.
Yeah, they're known for what was the cowabunga. They came up with that, right?
Don't have a cow.
Yeah, have a cow. Toast, like you're toast, you're cooked, you're burned, you're done, whatever, you're dead. Bill Murray. All right, this chick is toast at the end of Ghostbusters.
Okay.
And he ad-libbed it. It was supposed to be, I'm going to turn that guy into toast or whatever. And he ad-libbed the line, and it was history. My Bad from Clueless in 95.
Love that movie. Always will.
Yeah, you know, they also, put all those Valley Girl phrases out there again. But My Bad, they said had been, this person who researches this stuff said it had been floating around kind of in the basketball world a little bit. But still sports writers, when they said it, had to explain it. Manute Bol, the former 7'7", the late, great Manute Bol, said My Bad instead of My Fault one time. But it was really Clueless. It was in making it mainstream. A lot of things are mainstream because of Clueless. Whatever happened to that? What's her name? Alicia Silverstone?
I think she's somewhere conservatively raising children.
I remember she was spitting food, pre-chewing food for her kid, right?
Not conservatively. I think
the last
she's
we heard of her.
She's like the queen of helicopter parenting or something.
Yeah. And what was the little guy? Seth Green. He was in that, right? That was his big splash. Bucket List. In 2007, a bunch of washed-up actors. I forget who was in it. I think Morgan
Freeman and Jack Nicholson, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, they were in it. Everybody thought Bucket List was used a lot, but the only one guy, the guy screenwriter, wrote it in 99 when he wrote the script.
Once again, I assume that Bucket List was around before the movie.
Me too. And it was kind of
before the movie.
but it wasn't really in there. The Dark Side, Star Wars, broke out the Dark Side.
Oh, I've known Dark Side for a very long time.
Well, yeah, Star Wars came out in like 74 or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Catfish. You get catfished, fake picture on a dating site or something. It was from a documentary, 2010 documentary called Catfish. He slowly learns that the woman he fell in love with online was using a fake identity. And it came from people shipped live cod from Alaska to China. They placed catfish in the vats alongside the cod to keep the fish moving and prevent them from becoming mushy. And that was where the catfish came from.
Wow.
MILF from American Pie. It floated around, but MILF was the thing. Look it up if you don't know it. Yippee-ki-yay, mother bleeper. Just the yippee-ki-yay part, which, there was a lot of yippee-yays and yippee-yis and yippee this and that.
And old westerns.
But no yippee-ki-yay, apparently.
What?
Ki-yay. The
Who was
Ki-yay.
a genius who introduced it to the Kai?
Yay. And Bandy, when you see it on TV and it's censored, they say,
Yippee-ki-yay, mother falcon.
I would like a whole article written about all the different words they use when they're editing.
There actually are some YouTube videos I think I've seen before where somebody went through and edited together all of the TV edits of movies and the words they use to replace them and how ridiculous they are.
Somebody should record all the stuff I say off the air and then edit it down.
It's Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Here are some things you can do to help a new mom in her first week with the baby. I would say first couple of weeks. Fine to send her a sweet little text or a message or whatever. Everybody wants a little word of encouragement when they're going through that hell. Well, it's not quite that hell in the first week. It gets hell afterward. You can even go grocery shopping for her, but she's probably going to say, no, I got it. But pick up a few things that you think she might need and toss them her way.
Okay.
This is a good one. Only visit when invited. If she wants to spend time with her family and her family.
Have to just be for new moms? Can't this be for the world?
That's true. It could be for the world. Well, no, because you can.
Please only visit when invited, or at least call first.
Okay,
and tell
call
me you're on
first.
your way.
I think that's different than invited, right? I mean, invited is they reach out to you and say, "Well,
why don't you come over Tuesday?"
As opposed to, "Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Can I stop by?" Right? I mean, I don't know. There seems something different about it. I guess it's because she's had a baby or someone who's sick or whatever or something like that. Sometimes they don't want you to drop by or even if you call first. See, it's a weird thing. If you call, is the new mom in a position where she's got to say, yeah, or what? But if she says my family's here, yeah, don't take it personally. Like I'm just dealing with, my family's here, don't come over. That just means don't come over. They say my family's here, come around, say bye. And I'm like, I don't know, your family's there. You got a baby and a family.
I don't want to come by anyway.
I don't like.
I don't care who's there.
And if she's only available, she says I'm only, around noon or whatever. Respect the time. Well, I can't make it at noon because I'm busy at 10. No, there's a reason I told you noon. And if she says wash your hands, use sanitizer, take off your shoes, whatever, do that. Mm-hmm. Don't be just
bring germs in the house.
Yeah, I mean germs are going to get to the baby.
I just can't stand it when a mom makes rules for her new baby.
Yeah,
or her kid in general, and just because they aren't rules that you had for your baby, you want to push mom's limits.
Like
she says, I want you to wash your hands before you hold my baby.
Just go ahead and wash them.
Just wash your hands.
Yeah.
Not say, well, that's how the baby's immune system grows. Or
I don't say that behind their back.
But
just wash your hands. Yeah, wash your hands.
No eye rolls.
Don't worry.
No explanation. If you don't like her rules, then don't hold her baby.
Yeah. The second kid she'll be rubbing feces on for all she cares at that point.
No, I don't think so.
Rubbing feces on her.
No, doing that's going a little far.
Yeah, don't.
But you won't worry about the washing hands thing at the second one or whatever.
What? You won't worry about washing your hands?
You're not as concerned about clean. You don't say to somebody, wash your hands before you hold my baby. The second one, you're like, here, hold my baby.
Yeah,
whoever you are, stranger.
Go clean my toilets with your bare hands and then hold my baby.
That's along the lines of keep your advice and your opinions to yourself. So be cool. Don't offer your thoughts on breastfeeding or bottle feeding or whatever. However, if she asks questions, then you should answer them truthfully and honestly. But if she doesn't ask questions, then, don't tell her sleep schedule or whatever that she didn't ask. But I asked in the past, like, how'd you get that little freak to stop crying or go to sleep or whatever? I'd take advice. I took as much as I could get. Volunteer to watch the baby or pets. That's a good idea. Or the other kids. That, the time somebody came and took my baby, whoever they were, and put him in a van and drove away. That was a great day.
I didn't even call the police, even though I didn't know those people.
Your kid.
No, but they said they would take the baby, like they stayed with the baby overnight. So Amy and I were able to go to a hotel for the night. That was an amazing thing to do for somebody. If you can do that. Some moms don't want to be out of sight of their baby or whatever. Just have to make them go.
Shove them around.
They say you spend 30 minutes should be your limit with a new mom in like the first couple of weeks. 30 minutes is your limit. They're tired. They got crap to do. They got babies to.
And if the baby is sleeping, good Lord, let the mom get some sleep too.
Yeah. You can clean if you'd like to, although that's kind of weird. But if you see dishes in the sink, go ahead and wash them up. Whatever. She's probably going to say, don't help me, I'm whatever, but she'll be too tired to argue. Keep her updated what's going on in the rest of the world. Filling in some gossip from your office if you used to work at the office or some celebrity news or whatever it is. And bring something for the baby. That's kind of that's a give or take.
Give or take.
I can't give you a damn gift every time I come to visit the baby. The first time, maybe.
How many times are you coming over?
That's a good point. I won't bother you that much because you got a baby.
Thank you.
Tell me when that baby's not pooping in its pants. I'll come visit you all the time. That's not true. Babies, that's what they say.
Thanks for listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Check out the articles, videos, and news you heard today at 1079thelink.com. Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter. Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Hey, Freakazoids. Welcome back to the Matt and Ramona Off Air podcast. You can comment on the Matt and Ramona Facebook page or Matt Harris or Ramona Holloway. Please rate, and leave a comment. That would be awesome. It helps
And
us.
tell somebody about it.
I definitely do the share thing. Definitely do the share thing. Not like, if I could turn back town. Not that share. We will be talking, that was too corny, huh? It'll get better as this podcast goes on. Talking about Ramona's dog Henri's revenge on Ramona, Facebook dating video app, Ramona's HOA idea, which I'm not even sure what that's about.
It's brilliant is what it is.
But we begin with Bubby is what my 10-year-old, and we all call this, was kind of a rabbit, kind of it was a stuffed head and ears and arms rabbit, and then like a cape almost or something, pink cape.
To look at it now, and you can go to the Matt Ramona Facebook page to see Bubby. To look at it now, you think, was it a mongoose? Like, did she have a little stuffed mongoose? I mean, you don't know what animal it once was.
Avery, she still does, but she sucked on it a lot when she was a baby, like all around the clock. But now it's just at nighttime. But you're just like.
So what happened to its ears?
I'm assuming that she
and don't parents generally like sew that stuff back on? Like you see that the little stuffed bear or whatever has lost an ear. I thought parents like went through great lengths to.
I'm telling you, she ate it. I'm sure she ate it. I'm sure she ate them. I'm sure.
Okay, the picture you posted has a side by side of the actual Bubby and a backup Bubby that she never really loved.
Yeah.
And the ears on the backup Bubby are large. You're trying to tell me that at some point your child ate both ears.
I am saying yes, ate both ears.
A little bit at a time, or she just
took years. Took years to get the ears. I mean, yes, some of them just threaded, sheared off threads and stuff and found in the bed. But she had to have eaten some of it. They had to have. I mean, it looks like a bald rabbit, like it maybe had. No,
it does not look like a rabbit. It does not look like a rabbit at all.
Had its ears removed, and the thing used to be
because
pink,
without the ears, what does it? You don't know it's a rabbit, and
that's true.
It has no eyes.
It's like just a head.
If I were to have some type of Chucky sequel,
it would be that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this thing and the smell it used to have, and she wouldn't want it washed. It wasn't worth the battles. But so it just, even though it was gag worthy, like it make a gag, it kind of like was sweet because I'd smell it and I'm like, oh, it reminds me of my kid. It's very sentimental. And some people have commented, and a few people commented that they did the same thing. That on Facebook page, they got the kid was in love with a certain kind of stuffed animal or blanket or whatever, and they got an identical one, hoping that if things went awry, they could do the switch. And none of these kids are falling for it. They take one and one only. Multiple people said that. It's like a superhero power for these kids. This one person showed us a picture of her 50-year-old blanket. No shame in my attachment game. She did the hashtag Rebecca. This thing is, I don't even know how that was a blanket at one point. When you look at the picture she put up on Facebook.
It's just a collection of strings.
Yeah. There was Pamela had a neat little comment. She said, Bubby is loved, which I commented that love just wears you down, man. Rips off your ears, makes you discolored, and smell. Bubby's loved. My 15-year-old is a panda like this. When she was 5 and Sunflower was in the dryer, she sat waiting all upset. She told me that Sunflower smells like chocolate and memories to her. I keep waiting to look out the window one day and seeing a real panda because of the love. One day Bubby may turn real like the velveteen rabbit.
Or it could be more like Ted. You remember that movie with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes. Where the talking teddy bear.
I actually really liked that movie.
I did too. I even liked
Ted laughed out loud when Ted beat him with the antenna. bare bottom beating.
I could see this thing. This thing came to life and talked. It'd be way more freaky than Ted.
Well, here's the thing. There are a lot of our listeners who have kids with a blanket or stuffed animal that they can't get rid of, despite the fact that they're 10, 15, 17 years old. But Wendy says her daughter is almost 25, married with 2 kids of her own, and she told her husband right up front that she is not giving up her blanket.
What? Really?
It's in the bed. every single night. You either accept it or no relationship for us.
Wow.
Either you accept me and my blanket or you accept nothing. What's it going to be, sir?
Wow, that is, for as a guy, you have to accept that.
But what about when you are the guy? A young man who's close to me, who might or might not be related to me, has a Thomas the Train comforter.
Come on.
Has been, his mom at one point had it re-sewn together for him, and he still sleeps with his Thomas the Train comforter all these years. And I'm like, it's going to be a deterrent.
Definitely a deterrent for women. I would also think he's a little bit, I don't know, Michael Jackson or something there going on there. I don't know what's that serious.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You can't
when
be luring.
When did you hear about Michael Jackson having a Thomas the Train comforter?
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, the Thomas the Train comforter, you might lure kids in with that thing. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're not. No child is going to look at this tattered, dingy thing and say, hey, I want to be friends with that guy.
You're dating a guy and you go to his house and he has like a teddy bear or something that he sucks on at night.
A friend of mine, when we were in our early 30s, dated a guy who had what he called a whoopee. It was a blanket that had like a satin edge. And whenever he slept over at her house, he would bring his whoopee. He could not sleep without his whoopee. And at one point I was visiting, they lived in Philly, and he had come over to spend the weekend because we were, all hanging out, and he's talking to me. And this whole time he's talking to me, he's sitting on the side of the bed, like just going to town, rubbing the satin part of that whoopee. And it just looked too weird for words.
Man, get a fidget spinner at least or
like,
something.
Girl, I don't know if he's the guy for you. I think he loves his whoopee more than you.
Yeah, there's got to be a replacement dude you can get for that, because that's not going to bring the ladies to the crying. What is your theory on the HOA that you wanted to share?
Well, I live in a pretty small neighborhood, only 20 homes or so, but finally we are getting a homeowners association, and we've already decided that we will have a president and a treasurer and a secretary, and I don't want any of those jobs. What I would like to be. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. People too much responsibility. Yes. Yeah. But because I feel I excelled at this particular job in college, it is a job that I would like to add to the list here in my neighborhood. I was an RA. And I feel like homeowners associations need an RA. What you are, you're a mediator for people who are having trouble living together. That was one of the jobs of the RA.
Responsibility? You don't think that's a lot of?
But
now you're in the middle.
I don't have to go around seeing who has the wrong mulch or who has the wrong curtains or needs to mow their lawn. However,
if that's the problem, you'll have to.
I don't have to be the one who's walking around with the clipboard citing my neighbors.
Well, if they
or even filing a complaint. But when two neighbors have an issue about the boundary or what plants you're growing or your dog, I'm the one who says, hey gang, come over to my room. Let's have some chips. Let's talk it out. And then we're going to wind up hugging it out.
This is called being nosy.
No,
you want to know.
It's like having a mediator to help everyone live together in harmony.
I don't want to be
a neighborhood RA.
No way. I want to be the guy who tells them each individually that I'm on their side. I don't want to have to be stuck in the middle of this.
Meanwhile, no, you're mind your business guy.
Yes, I am. I don't want to know their story. I'll forget it in 2 seconds. Like, stop. Are you talking about like your yard or something? Get out of here. I don't think that's going to take off. What are you going to do?
I don't think it will take off. But
like in college, are you smoking in there? Do I smell something?
I'll knock on the door like I did back in the day. Knock, knock. R.A. Mona. Get it? R.A. Mona. Ramona. It was my thing.
Ramona. I don't
R.A. It was R.A. Mona.
Oh, R.A. Mona. Like, and you're spelling. I'm surprised that they didn't just give you like some sort of wedgie and stick your head in the toilet. You have to be
a little bit corny, a little bit cheesy to be a good RA in my eyes.
Really? Okay. That'll go over well in your adult RA situation. You are, as an RA, I guess the HOA RA, you might have to deal with dating issues. which is which is our segue.
Breakups are a thing.
Do you really want people coming to you with all their problems and everything? That's insane. An HOA
When you're the neighborhood RA, you're going to listen to the problem and help people figure it out.
Well, what if you tell? And how would you respond if they said they were going to try out the new Facebook? What is it? Speed dating?
Oh, the Facebook speed dating app.
I think you said you're in on this thing. Maybe.
I will try it once.
How does it work? You got to help me out here because I should do it just for fun. Wouldn't Amy mind?
I think she will. It's called Sparked. And first of all, it tells you to be kind. It's supposed to be a kind dating app. And in a walkthrough, basically, they explain that you're going to meet face to face.
Okay.
During a series of 4-minute video dates. And then you can follow up. If you like that person, you can follow up with a 10-minute video date.
And if all goes
well, yeah. And if all goes well, you can actually choose to exchange contact information like phone numbers, emails, Instagram handles. But while it's not going to be connected,
4 to a 10, right? You get a 4-minute. And if
4 minute,
then you get 10
and if you've passed the 4-minute mark, then you can have a 10-minute date. And the thing I like about it is it's not attached to your profile, but you have to have a Facebook profile in order to participate.
So it's a live event. Everybody just signs up. Let's be 7:00 on a Thursday or something, and everybody you just get in there and line up.
Yeah.
So you could be with a lot of people who are lame. And how do you? I mean, 4 minutes.
But it's just 4 minutes.
But you might not have to. Do you have to last the 4 minutes? Can you just as soon as you see them go, nope.
Wow, that's harsh.
Wow.
Hi, my name is. Hello. Hello. Well, that's why they want it to be kind. They don't want the person, Matt Harris, who immediately says, never mind.
You have to at least narrow down the demographic, I would think, right? At least do that.
Well, of course, I'm sure like any other dating app, you get to choose, the age range, the religion, if that's important to you. You get to choose who you interact with. Okay.
And I just have a feeling it's going to be like 100 guys and 3 girls.
I like those odds. Those odds sound very good to Ramona. I got a shot, y'all.
The odds are looking up for you. But what are the quality, though? I mean, your odds are always great. It's quality odds.
But the thing about the video part is that you can tell a lot. I'll say for me, conversation is super important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I have skimped on the conversation thing before, but now at the very basic, you have to give me exciting conversation.
But it's hard. Some people are just nervous and 4 minutes, and your beauty will just disarm them, and they'll be like, they're saying. But 4 minutes, you know what? You got to put, guys, if you're listening and you're doing this, put the most interesting stuff up ever. Or maybe even change it depending on who you're talking to.
Every 4 minutes, you have a different background.
Yes. I saw that she likes, knitting. I've got a big knitting thing in the background.
Just so happened that I'm wearing a shirt that I crocheted myself.
Yes. There was an article or a study or something that I read recently about dogs having problems with the fact, little separation anxiety, if you will, because their owners may have been around for the last year because of COVID. Eventually, these people are going to go back to work. And so they're charging quite a pretty penny, some of these trainers, to get the dogs to be ready for when the people go back to work because they're chewing things or like if you live in an apartment or something, you have a dog that barks a lot.
The struggle is real.
Or they're peeing and pooping everywhere when you leave.
Don't even get me started.
That you're supposed to set up maybe a camera and leave for 5-6 minutes and see when this separation anxiety begins and then try to, make it a little bit longer every time. But your dog Henri he's
made it personal. He's made it personal.
Revenge?
For the first time since the pandemic started, my mom and my dog are separated for many hours a day because she just started going to an adult day program in Kings Mountain. So I take mom in the morning and I come back and I'm here at the house with the dog. I let him out to pee and poop the minute I return from dropping mom off. So he's only maybe an hour and 10 minutes without her. Okay. But the minute I turn my back, he pees.
And you've seen him pee? Like you weren't even gone yet?
I will turn my head and then I'll turn back around like, no, you're peeing. Oh. And so I'm like, okay, he's old. Maybe it's just a bladder problem. But then mom comes back and she's only going 3 days a week. And the days that she doesn't go, he doesn't seem to have a problem. I know it's against me. He's upset. About the whole being separated from his favorite human thing. So it's like, watch this. Clean this up, lady.
Well, he hasn't taken to climbing on your bed and pooping, has he yet?
No,
that's the real.
But that's only deal. Because he can't get upstairs on his own.
Maybe he takes his little paw and flings poo at you. That's when you know your dog is angry. Maybe the dog's just old and losing bladder ability to control.
That, I thought that. I was like, oh, poor little guy. But then all of a sudden, the timing is just questionable.
Well, people, it's real, I guess, this thing that the people are worried about. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I can get into the business now, make some cash. So
in the business of what?
Training a dog to not have separation anxiety.
Really? Weren't you just complaining about your dog pooping in your closet?
That was a long time ago. The dog has not pooped in my closet in a long time. And the dog loves me way more than anybody else in his family. And that's a fact, Jack.
Because you like to watch the dog poop.
Right. I give her a good eye when she's giving me her eye.
Well, that makes me want to hire you to help me with my dog.
Thanks for joining the podcast. Rate it. Share it. Go to Matt and Ramona Facebook page or Matt Harris or Ramona Holloway and comment on stuff. We love it. And thanks to those of you who voted for us in Charlotte Magazine, their Best of the Best Award for 2021, Best Radio Show. Matt and Ramona, thank you. Good day, all.
Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter. Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
All right, Freakazoids, welcome back. Love it. Or first timers, hello. The podcast, we'd love it if you'd rate and review it and share it. Definitely share it before it's all said and done. You want to comment on anything, Matt and Ramona Facebook page or Matt Harris or Ramona Holloway or Brent Bandy Harlan or Carrie Doc Bowser. A lot of things to talk about today, as always, on our off-air podcast. We do appreciate you guys very much doing this. Whether you should go to bed angry, we talk about that. TikTok at work, we talk about that. And if you're in the passenger seat, what annoys you that the driver does? Got a survey about that, and we'll see where we all stand on that. Begin with the fact that this past week on a Friday, Amy was working, and I lost my keys. I couldn't find my keys. And I was taking Avery to school. Of course, I was yelling at her to hurry up. She couldn't find her shoes. Then she gets ready. I'm like, I have no keys. And so I'm ripping things apart.
So you rushed her only to be the person who was actually the late maker.
But I'm really yelling at her. But I was, encouraging her. Yes, that's true.
Encouraging her loudly.
Yeah. And then I can't find my keys. And she's just like sitting there. I'm like, what are you doing? Start looking. She's like, where do you want me to look? I'm like, I don't know. Any place in the world. Just do something.
Any place in the world.
I'm busy, damn it.
Go outside in the yard. Look around.
I'm just ripping apart the
what about your spare keys?
I don't have spare keys. Because they cost money. And I was like, I don't want to buy spare keys.
Okay.
They cost money.
And my tile, which is a thing that those don't know, it's like a little square thing you put on your key ring and you can ring it from your phone. I rang it. It was dead because it was too cheap to buy a new tile. So it wasn't ringing. So that wasn't helping me. So I'm just messing up the house. And like a dummy, I don't know why I was doing this, but I kept texting Amy like, I don't know what to do. I got the keys. And I thought that if Avery was late for school, she'd have to do Friday school because she only goes 4 days a week. And so I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep her out the whole day. Why go Friday school? Just skip the whole day.
Because Daddy can't find his keys.
Yeah. So I'm texting friends What? You're rolling your eyes at me.
Okay. So
'Cause I know I was rambling.
You've lost your keys.
Yes,
You
yes.
can't find them anywhere. You're now upset because Avery's not looking for your keys. She doesn't even know where to start looking.
No, she doesn't.
And not to mention, she's not even tall enough to look in the places where you might have left them.
Yeah, but just
And
just
now
look
you've
like you're looking.
decided that, hey, you know what? Let's just give up on education because Daddy can't find his keys.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just take
I
an
did.
entire day off of school
I thought about it.
because Daddy's a hot mess.
Yes, and I was texting a friend of mine. Well, it got worse because I texted what I thought was my neighbor. Her name is Lindsay, but I texted the wrong Lindsay. Turns out later, I texted a Lindsay who's was my physical therapist a long time ago. So it's
What
like,
did the text say? Because you are a bad texter too, and this is just more proof.
I called her. That's what I did. I called her. I
And you
texted
needed to
and
borrow
called
her car, right?
to borrow her car. Yeah,
Your physical therapist.
physical therapist.
From
she
how
called
many
me
years
at,
ago?
She calls me at 9:00 in the morning. She's like, the therapist did did something happen? Are you hurt? Why did you call me at 6 in the morning or 6:30? I'm like,
To borrow my
wrong
car.
Lindsay.
I'm
Wrong
just your
Lindsay.
physical therapist. I haven't seen you in 6 years since you strained that muscle. Why would I let you borrow my car? Lose my number.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, that's kind of how it went.
Oh,
He says, well, how are you, the family? I'm like, oh, we're great.
she had to think this is weird. Like, what is really going on with this guy?
Yes, but
Because this doesn't even sound right. So you called at like 6:30 in the morning. Someone you haven't talked to in a couple of years
Yeah,
was your
yeah.
therapist about, and now you're
Borrowing her car,
confused
yeah.
because you called the wrong Lindsay.
Yeah, my neighbor
Okay.
is Chad and Lindsay. That Lindsay was in Maine anyway. So I texted Chad and Lindsay, and I heard back from Chad that he was at the gym when he got home. I could use his car. Well, his car is his baby. It's a very fancy, brand new Saab, like fancy schmancy, top of the line thing. So I'm like, I said, all right, can I?
That sounds like a movie.
I said, you can
No.
drive. He's like, no, you can have it. And threw me the keys. I'm like, are you sure about this? Because I know you.
Yeah,
love the-
dude, like Chad, listen, Chad,
Chad.
Matt has torn off the side
don't tell
mirror
Chad
of I don't know how many cars
Chad doesn't
because
even
he
know.
doesn't pay attention when he's rounding the corner to use his ID in the scanner at work. This is
Wait.
not the man to loan a fancy car to.
Because I'm going to be so careful with this thing. And I mean, I would, but
Like you
I
were
couldn't
with
be
your
that
keys
careful.
originally
I
in your
wouldn't-
own car.
Right.
Yeah, I should be careful.
And a couple of those cars he's torn the mirror off of were client cars. You
Those
weren't
are-
careful
yeah.
with those?
No. Well, all I know is I was careful, but not really because I had to speed a little bit because I didn't want it to be that late.
This thing never works out well in the movies. I either imagine the cliche in a movie where you borrow somebody's fancy car and you end up trashing it and they're just standing there with their hands on their hips and they see you drive it up and the wheels wobbling, or you're a police officer who has to confiscate your neighbor's car because it's an emergency. You have to get your kid to school.
Oh, yeah, either one of the, yeah.
Either way,
Or
it didn't
door
work
was
out
off,
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I made
gosh.
it there and I walk in and of course I'm flustered like I always had. And I'm like, and the principal stand there. I'm like, I don't know what to do because I heard if I'm late that she has to do Friday school, but it's my fault. So maybe I should do the Friday school because it was, I'm the one who lost the keys and I lost the keys. She's like, what slow down. What are you talking about? And, I'm like, I heard that if she misses or if she's late, if she gets a tardy, she has to do Friday school. He goes, oh, wait, what happened? I lost my keys. He goes, well, that's an excused tardy. It's unexcused tardies or that are problem. He's all you gotta do is just say, tell us. I'm like, okay, who do I tell? There's a woman standing there. I'll take care of it. I'm like, and meanwhile, Avery is just covering her eyes and running away.
As daddy's offering to go to school for her. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'll take the punishment. I'll come to school.
Yeah.
The backpack, somebody.
Because I'm sure they want you there.
Now, so
Amy, pack me a Lunchable. I got Friday school.
and for some reason, and I know this is stupid, Amy's a nurse. She's working. She's, I don't know, saving babies or some lame thing. So I'm texting her, I don't know what to do. And later she tells me like, what? So like she has her phone as her, the watch. And she goes, it's just dinging. And I'm trying to help these babies. And you keep texting me like, what the hell am I going to do about you not having a car? Like, well, that's a good point.
Like, listen,
Yeah.
baby, you're going to have to learn to breathe on your own.
I'm
helping
because
real
my husband
babies.
lost his keys.
I felt like I should, I feel like she would want to know or something.
You needed to dump your emotional angst on someone.
Listen, baby, you're going to have to change yourself because my husband's got big problems. He might have to go to Saturday school.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
It's Friday school.
Yeah, I know, and so I learned my lesson there that I shouldn't do that. She's like, "Oh, I'm just getting a C-section. Leave me alone," or something. Anywho, I did that. I got through that, and then
Did you ever find your keys?
yes, and I figured out where they were once I calmed down.
Oh,
They were
imagine
on
that.
my workbench. I don't know why.
On your workbench where they belong.
Yeah, where they don't belong. And now my wallet's missing today. I just thought I'd share it with you. My wallet is missing.
Does Amy know
I
your
do some
wallet's
work in the
missing?
house. I couldn't pay him. I don't know what to do.
Did you check your workbench?
No,
Seems
But
to
I
be the
might.
place.
Does Amy know that your wallet's missing?
no, I'm not going to let Amy know yet because she'll yell at me.
Nor should you. You make sure that thing is gone before you even bring it up.
I am in that weird space.
Dude, why does he have to wait? Why can't he tell Amy so that she can help him look for the wallet? That makes sense.
No. Oh, gosh.
she's not gonna help.
going to yell at him.
Yeah, Bandy understands my stress.
And
Would you be
who
afraid?
needs that on top of losing their wallet?
Because I'm already in that tough spot. Do I order all the stuff? Because that'll be like 4 days. But if I find my stuff, then I've got nothing for 4 days. Whatever.
Oh,
But Bandy knows that
I
you
spend
lost something
days
when
at
you
a
tell your
time
wife.
trying to break news to my wife that's earth shattering to me, but not to her. It's just kind of par for the course for her. But if something goes wrong or I lose something or I mess something up, I spend days and hours and
I know
thinking
your
about how to
wives
explain it.
are not like going all nutso on you because you made a mistake. I know these
They're
women.
not. They're not.
In my
It's
mind,
just
they are,
you.
though.
In their mind, I am projecting my own inner rage at myself for losing said object.
Exactly.
And therefore I'm projecting it onto my wife that she's going to yell at me and scream at me and leave me and I'm going to die alone in the gutter somewhere. But that's not going to happen. But in my mind, that's what's going to happen. So I have to torture myself first and beat myself up before I ever bring it to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because
that makes sense. Making life harder for yourself.
because I think that at the very what I'm going to get is why don't you just put him here every time? I'm like, well, I think I do. I mean, there's a spot. I know.
Yes.
But, I don't need to hear that.
Yeah, because there's always the why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? And
I know it's not yelling, but
you're right. I should have done that. You're right, and I hate myself for it. So,
yes,
so beat that lady.
yes, I do hate myself for it.
I hate myself. You guys are really tough to love.
think it's
It's tough to love someone who hates themselves.
Oh, I know it. I know it for making stupid mistakes or silly little mistakes. Yeah,
I remember getting in trouble as a kid, or thinking I was going to be in trouble as a kid, and thinking about slamming my fingers in a window so I wouldn't get yelled at. I could distract them.
That is a level of sickness, sir. If I just
do it.
break my arm,
I
she won't-
crunched my hand.
I
Yeah.
thought about that too. I thought about jumping off the roof and breaking my arm so my mom wouldn't know I got a C on a progress
Did you do
report.
it too?
Yeah, I thought it might distract her
That's
if
what I
I'm at the
thought.
hospital.
That's what I thought. I swear to God, I had those thoughts. You didn't have those thoughts, Ramona?
No.
No, it's
I
not
get
normal.
more trouble for making my mom take me to the hospital.
Well,
yeah,
you really
but-
think it through that
But
way.
you're just hoping for sympathy.
Yeah.
No,
You just
Maybe
think
they
I'm-
love me if my fingers hurt.
that doesn't get you more sympathy. That's
Doesn't
what
matter.
shows how sick you are
Well, yeah,
Well, I
because you
wouldn't tell 'em why I
just
did it.
compounded the problem.
I
well,
remember
yeah,
even
they won't
taking
know.
the
They'll
screen
think
and-
I'm the poor victim because I
Yeah.
fell off the roof and broke my arm
Yeah.
Oh,
And
they're
then-
they're not going to be mad because you did something stupid
because I
on
got
the roof,
because I got to see.
and they'll
Yeah.
totally forget about the fact that you got to
progress
see.
report.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm.
Because I remember trying to slam the screen, the storm window down.
Mhm, and
But I
couldn't
just
do it
couldn't
right.
bring myself to do it. I mean, so just a
Oh,
tiny
okay.
little indentation wasn't enough to get sympathy. And it was something stupid. I don't even get in trouble for it. But
Do you
anyway.
ever wonder, have you grown at all?
No, not really.
I do talk. These are insights into what we talk about in our therapy sessions with our
Okay.
counselors. So
Most
if
people
anybody
would
ever
share
wonders what therapy's like, this is it.
This is it, huh?
Yeah, like
and then I tried to hurt myself, but I couldn't.
So I'm a failure. I couldn't even do that.
This is really sad. I feel bad for laughing.
Oh, you have to laugh at it. You
Yes.
have to laugh at
And
it.
it's not
or else
healthy.
you'll cry.
Admit it. Don't do it, people.
It's not
See
healthy.
somebody.
No,
You
it's
think someone's like, well, maybe I should be like Matt Bandy.
Yeah,
You don't need that PSA, sir.
sounds like they got it together.
Yeah.
That's not what they're doing. Sounds like they're giving out some gold tips here. How to
The
talk to your
only
wife.
tip is if you sound like Matt or Bandy, go to a therapist. That's the only tip that people are taking from this.
I don't know. I'm
good
gonna
tip.
drop something on my toe or something before she comes home and I tell her my wallet's broke. I couldn't find my wallet. They said it's broken.
I have an owie, Amy, and I lost my keys.
That's awful.
Oh wow!
Yeah. But there
So
you go.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that's our insight. Yeah, that's true. I should point out that my wife really doesn't yell at me that much. I mean,
No,
it's-
my wife doesn't either.
it's in my
but
mind. She's
In
gonna
my
definitely do an
mind,
eye roll.
she hates
Yeah,
me.
I don't know. Speaking of being yelled at, there's a study about that talked about the old age-long question: should you go to bed angry?
Mm-hmm.
If you let an argument go more than a day, you're likely to experience more negative feelings, and you have, in turn, have health problems that could come on with that, and prolonged negative emotion. So if you solve it in a day, it's pretty much done and over with. But if you solve it the next day, it still could linger, even though it's solved, the negative thoughts for 2 or 3 more days after that. So they're saying you got to wrap this puppy up in a day.
Yeah, I like that. I
called
used
acute
I
stress
come from a long line of grudge holders. So I used to keep an argument going for a long time. But now I don't let the sun set on my anger. Or I try not to.
It's not that
Because it eats me up.
it does eat me up, but I think I come to a bit different conclusion the next day, or that it wasn't that big of a deal, or I was a bigger idiot than I thought, or I should have worded
Why
it
can't you
differently.
just go with that?
What, I'm a big idiot?
Yeah, I'm a bigger
Not
idiot than
just-
I ever thought.
Just leave with
start
that next
there. You don't need to sleep on that. Like, I woke up. You know what? After a good night's sleep, I remembered I'm an idiot.
Well, because if I lead with I'm an idiot, she's always like, so you think it's just going to end because you tell me you're an idiot? That doesn't change anything. I'm like, well, I know.
You're
but-
always an idiot.
But if you sleep on it, you're a second day idiot.
Well, I might
Like the fresh idiot stench is off of you.
But why go back, hitting your bouncing heads off each other when in the morning both of us might think, okay, that was a little silly argument, or that
He's
was
just a little idiot. He's not a lot of idiot.
How do you sleep though when you're still arguing, or you're laying next to somebody who's upset at you and it's unresolved?
Well, I certainly wouldn't lay in the same bed, but
Oh, okay. So you go and sleep on the couch? Okay.
yeah, I storm into another room and pout.
Well, that's healthy.
It's not
Grown
a
up.
great sleep, but
Yeah.
kind of a sleep where you get to you go through your whole argument and break it down and try to come back with something stronger or
How many times have you come back with something stronger? Like
Never.
just tell me one time when you had an argument, you went to bed, you came up with a master argument in your sleep, and you came back stronger.
And
One time.
You just won that argument.
I don't know if it was that I won the argument, but I gave a better.
You look like less of an idiot.
I gave a better I'm sorry than I did at the time.
Okay.
I gave a better.
Oh, okay.
So once again, we're back to you realized in your sleep that you were an idiot.
I was just
Okay.
I wasn't wording everything correctly. Plus, I like to go to bed and texture things from the other room.
And another thing,
Can I come back in there?
it's cold. This pillow's slumpy.
I'm done pouting now. Can I come back?
This has been the worst Matt Harris band therapy session in this whole podcast has been a therapy session.
Oh, poor Amy.
I recommend it though. I recommend it.
You recommend texting from the next room your
Yeah.
arguments?
Well, to be honest, we had a little spat, and it really wasn't anything major the other night. And Addie said she heard it, and she asked us, "Could you please text your arguments next time?" And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Man, we felt like bad parents that day.
Wow.
Can you go back to your old texting thing? Because
Yeah,
I don't want to
You
hear
guys just sitting some angry emojis at each other and call it a
that.
night.
You know Matt can't figure out emojis.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, My emojis are so bad, it would end up worse. The situation.
He'd send her a crying face eggplant, and she'd be like, "What are you upset about? I don't understand."
I'm sad about sex.
Well, I'm not sure what emojis.
I'm
crying,
offering
which
you
one's
sad sex as a way to make up.
sex. Sex is right. That's a good thing. But half the time, I can't tell if the emoji's crying or sweating. I don't know what's happening. Because like the one where there's like a drop coming off the forehead. Is he sweating or crying or what's happening?
I think he's sweating. You don't generally cry out your forehead.
Matt might need to sleep on this one.
Yeah, you might need to go text me from the next room about that.
I will. Danny.
We'll figure it out.
One of the things we talked about this week was, just briefly, was people TikToking at work. And Ramona had been wondering when or how these people were getting away with it, and were they going to get in trouble, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, I've seen everything from sexy dances to some absolutely ridiculous mocking of customers. And one popular TikToker was mocking customers at Starbucks with their very unique orders. And Starbucks found out, fired the guy. He says no amount of likes or followers will replace the job that he absolutely loved. But
Oh, come on, dude.
I do wonder when I see people dancing next to their truck in their uniform or in the parking lot of the store where they work, wearing their their store vest. I mean, I wonder, are you thinking about it first? Like,
No, probably not. But I think if in general, if it's good pub for places, if you're not making fun of customers or the company.
That's true.
An AC guy or something dancing next to his truck. You're like, that looks like a guy.
You're the dancing AC guy, and everybody's like, I'd like that guy to come work on my AC. So it's good viral marketing at that point.
Yeah, and I think it's better than people going on.
But also what you're dancing to and how you're dancing.
Yeah, that's
another thing. Offensive songs, offensive dances, but in general, I mean, it's better than a smoke break, right? If you were, or a poop break or something like that. That people go on.
It's definitely healthier than a smoke break.
I don't know about a poop break.
But don't substitute dancing with your poop break. If you got to poop, you just go poop.
Sometimes you don't have to poop. I'm guessing if people who work a long shift, they're like, I'm going to just sit in here for a while. So instead of that,
is that what you do during commercials?
Yes.
When you're running around the hallways, stomping, trying to find a bathroom, going there to sit.
You guys miss that, don't you? When we're in the studio, I get to run around.
No, we don't.
I'm going to warn the new GM about this stomping, finding Matt.
She has no idea.
I know. I think that I do it just to make. I just go in there if I have a nice long break, just to make sure. I can possibly do an evacuation. It's like pooping before you leave the house or something, like your mom used to say.
No, I know what you're trying to tell us by using the word evacuation, but it sounds like you're doing something so horrible that people are forced to evacuate.
And your mom used to tell you to poop before you leave the house.
Doesn't everybody say,
no, that was never part of my mom's pregame leaving the house speech. Now, did you poop before we left?
We're not stopping. We are not stopping. You just poop your pants. I don't care.
She would make sure maybe I peed, but it was never go in there and
hang your ass out the window.
But Mandy, after that first accident, Mom is gonna not let that go. Okay, so every time after that first time it happens, every time it's time to go somewhere, she's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, you're not gonna soil the back seat of the Jeep again."
Every child's different. You're right.
Sure, get it all out, man.
You're right. So did you sit there a long time, or did
just double checking?
Okay.
You never just run into double check. You sit down just to see what happened if you relax.
See what would happen.
Your poor mom.
Oh wow!
Maybe I imagine. I don't know. Speaking of riding and shotgun or whatever, irritating things drivers do, according to passengers. And
not pooping before you leave the house.
It's It's not on the list.
Okay, not on the list. All right.
No. It's not on the list.
Okay.
If Ramona was riding with me, she would say my quick turns or my U-turns.
Oh,
or,
gosh.
Anyone who's ever ridden with you would say you're quick.
Indecisiveness.
No, it is
The ADD that can't be
That's
turned
very
off
decisive.
just because you're behind the wheel. Oh, wait, I'm turning. Oh, I'm changing lanes. No, I'm not. Oh,
Wait, that's my exit. 4 lanes over. Gotta get there. Can't miss it.
it's funny
It's not
because
on the list.
I put up one of our drive time videos, and actually, Fred Jacobs, who's like a radio guru, wrote about our drive time videos for Gastonia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, like how it was a great relationship between a local car dealership and radio personalities. And one of the people who commented on this article was a listener who said, well, Ramona, why don't we ever see you in your Jeep? And I'm like, well, first of all, that would require either Matt Harris to ride in my personal vehicle or to drive my personal
What's wrong with that?
vehicle. And that's not happening.
I have not. Had
There's
an
a
accident in a long, long, long
certain
time.
detachment when we are driving another vehicle.
I don't see why it would bother you.
But Matt and his last minute decisions and ridiculous jerky
true.
driving
Not true.
in my car, I couldn't
No, I have
handle
Waze.
it. I
Waze
could
is
not
helpful.
handle it.
Well,
Waze has helped.
I can understand you don't want him driving your other vehicle. And up until a little while ago, I didn't understand why you wouldn't want him riding in your car. But now that I know, his mom used to ask, did he go to the
Did you
number
poop?
2 before he left the
Did you
house?
I've never.
But before we do this
I
video,
totally
do you
understand.
have to poop?
I've not pooped in a car. Ever,
In
mostly
a
ever.
good solid month.
The top 5 would be unnecessary, harsh, or sudden braking.
That's Matt.
Check.
Last minute braking sport. It's the same thing, I think. Dangerous
you it is.
overtaking is on 3.
Yeah, you do that.
Dangerous overtaking.
That's a weird way to word it. I think it's a
That
Brit
is
thing.
weird.
Look, you speed up and then dart in front of someone.
Yeah,
you
I
do
would
it.
hate that.
Okay.
Tailgating, number 2.
You don't tailgate on purpose.
No.
I don't do that.
He knows better.
Using the phone while driving was number 1, but that doesn't nearly irritate because I just say stop using your phone. That's not like backseat driving. I think that's okay. I don't think you tell them to
No,
use your
but
phone.
it does irritate you.
I guess it does.
Yeah.
My
so-
irritating thing is when somebody is in the passing lane, but they're not passing anybody. It takes everything in
Yeah.
my power not to say, get the hell over. I don't
Yeah.
care if there's no cars within sight. I don't think you should be there.
Don't drive in the left lane, exactly,
Yes.
unless you're passing or
That,
going.
that would be my number 1.
Yeah. That's
My number 2
One of my
would be they
number
don't-
ones is when you are the driver. Yes, you get to pick the music, but be mindful of the fact that everybody doesn't like metal, or if you're going to
still
pick
have
some
to.
obscure music, be mindful
always
that other
agree.
people in the car.
I look
might
at it
wanna
as like
enjoy it as well.
picking a movie or something with my wife. I mean, it's
yeah.
we
Everybody's
have
got to
something.
agree.
Yeah, except for the kids. They got their own damn
And-
stuff.
but
in the
some
back.
drivers take that. I control the radio too
Yeah,
far.
but they're stupid. They're babies. It does bother me if the driver won't let me sleep when I'm the passenger. I think you should be able to sleep even if it's a 10-minute ride. I want to go to sleep.
No, no, sir. You get in the back if you want to sleep.
All they're asking is that you stay awake to help them stay awake. So you
5
don't
minutes.
crash.
Not my
5
problem.
minutes.
Not my problem.
If we wreck, it's on you. Sorry you're tired, but so am I.
You heard it. You heard it from
Matt's
me.
got to take his nap.
Yep, that's right. Cars and planes and moving vehicles put me to sleep, man. Well, unless I'm driving.
I will not stay up and help you stay alert. I don't care if we drive all night. I am
don't
sleeping the
care.
whole time.
I'll guarantee you. What's the point? Because then I can take over. If I can't take over, I'm not rested.
And that's his same excuse on the 5-minute drive as the 5-hour drive.
Yeah, we might change every half mile or so. Thanks for hanging with us. Respond and comment in the comment section and rate it, and hit Matt and Ramona Facebook page up. Make some comments there. Make sure you share it. That's very, very much appreciated. And we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.
Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter.
Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Gosh, I don't even know where to start with the men's grooming tips because we've already discussed this Reddit list, and one of them there's wash your. This is for men, but I think it could go for women too.
But everybody should wash their private parts?
Yeah.
This is new.
Why? That's what I say. Why is it on the list? Who do they have to tell? Who are they telling? But sometimes and I said that I sometimes, it's not always like guys do it because they think they might be getting it on, or for women. Sometimes you just do it for yourself.
Matt,
to make sure that you're
I do it all the time for myself, not sometimes.
Well, you seem like you're arguing with me.
But here's the thing: it should be a given. It's basic hygiene. If you're a tween, you should have gotten this by now.
You should.
There's no excuse if you're younger than a tween. Okay, maybe we still need some instruction.
Well, why is this list made then?
Why do you I do it for me? Oh, dude, everybody does.
I know. Well, I'm just not. But it's not special for the ladies.
Matt's talking about this in the office. Bandy, be thankful you weren't there because you would have been ashamed for the whole show. Because we work in this giant room. It's got about 20 desks in it. It's all on-air people. There were about 6 or 7 guys from one of our sister stations in there, and Matt's basically bragging about the fact that he scratches himself and smells it, and it smells fresh. He should get some kind of award. I do it just because, dude. That's not special. No, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying a reason why.
That's a participation award.
Yeah.
That's a participation award.
Mm-hmm.
That's not special.
But did you know why we did? You didn't know why we did it necessarily. You didn't know the scratching part necessarily. I was enlightening you, and no one else chimed in.
I don't want to know that you scratch and sniff.
Not all the time, but it happens. I mean, everybody's done it.
No,
every guy's done it.
No, Bandy, please tell me that you don't scratch
at least
yourself
once
down
in
there
your life.
and then smell your fingers.
No, not on purpose.
Once in your life.
Not on purpose.
Pits.
No,
but.
Now, I didn't smell like you lift your arm up and you give yourself a sniff, but you don't put your fingers under there and then sniff your fingers.
No, not
everybody's done it. Everybody's done it.
Come on, cretin.
I'm telling everybody's done it. I'm not saying I do it every time because I scratch a lot. So it's not every time.
This is a bleachable moment, everybody. This is a bleachable moment.
I'm just bleachable.
Bleachable.
Why? We should bleach people?
Because if you're scratching and sniffing, I don't know what you're touching afterwards.
No. Well, I'm not scratching and sniffing. Well, not really. At work, I always wash my hands.
That's nice.
No, I don't scratch at work. I'm just kidding. I adjust, but I don't scratch.
I don't know how you'd prove otherwise. But we'll choose to believe you for the sake of not being grossed out.
I'm the only honest one in America.
As if he's special. And what were the other guys supposed to go? Well, I scratch mine too when I sniff it, or I don't wash mine, or I'm not sure if mine is fresh. Let me check. I mean, what kind of response?
I know where you're coming from, man.
For?
I know where you're coming from. Something like that.
Did anybody chime in?
I did
to back you up.
I did some smirking, and then I have had a couple emails about it.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
All right, grooming tips. I don't know why this is a list, like you said. Like there's clean yourself. Any part of your body you want to use to touch mine, this woman says, should not smell bad. That's like hands and everything.
Well, if you've scratched and sniffed.
Just say every part of your body.
How about
that's the ones touching
that's
her?
That's what this list is. Because on the list also is have a goddamn shower.
Wait a minute. This list needs to exist for any man who thinks that the scratch and sniff is okay.
No, I do all these things.
He needs to know.
I'm proving you I do it. Then there's brushing your teeth. That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one? For the love that is all holy, trim your toenails. That's a pretty bad one?
Yeah.
For a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dated a guy. His toenails were out of control.
Were they long or sharp? Because I've had the ones where, they're not even. And I got to get up in the middle of the night and even it out.
They were both.
You know what I mean, Mandy?
Yeah.
And then I made a comment about him, like, dude, your toenails are out of control. And then he tried to say it was because of his diabetes. And it was like, dude, no.
Yeah,
that's not diabetes.
Them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's the big one that gets
diabetics have actually need to pay more attention to their feet than anybody else.
So
you can't say that my toenails are like an inch longer than my toe because of your diabetes.
Oh,
You can't do diabetes like that.
No,
No.
let's give it
I know
diabetics.
too much about the disease.
Yeah.
honey. You can't pull that one on me.
I did see a guy at Disney who was wearing flip-flops, and his toenail was over the top of the flip-flop.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Oh, that can't happen.
Disgusting.
That was this guy.
That can't happen.
His toenails were incredibly, and it's like, bleh.
Yeah. Scrub your
That guy makes it difficult for every guy to wear sandals.
Not every guy.
Because there are women then who look at his feet and go, men shouldn't wear
they're
sandals.
ruined for life. They don't want
Yes.
to see a toe again.
Men shouldn't wear sandals.
I've never seen messed up girl toenails in the circles I run in. I mean, yours is weird looking and odd looking,
Wow.
but it's not a toenail issue. It's just a toe issue with you.
Right, I keep my toenails very short. I don't want to call attention to that.
By the way, if you know what we're talking about, she has an ugly toe.
I got ugly feet.
Just an oddity. Grooming tip, scrub your face. Face wash isn't just for women. That's what it says here.
Oh, my gosh.
But you know what? I think a lot of guys probably don't scrub their face at night. I bet
Do
a lot
you?
of. Yeah, I
Well, you wear makeup,
for
right?
the edge. Yeah, but I still wash my. But I don't think I did when I was like in college and stuff. Just come home, pass out, whatever. I'm pretty sure I wasn't washing my face at night.
I wash my face the minute I get in the house.
And I don't. Yeah, I certainly didn't moisturize till like the last 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's a new thing. Do you moisturize your whole life?
Yeah, not in my whole life, but ever since
Adult.
I've been bald.
Oh, so that's only been 10 or 15 years.
Doc, you've been
About 15,
moisturizing
yeah.
your whole life, right?
Well, he's a black.
He said, yeah. Well, I'm just making sure.
Pluck is part of the thing. Yeah, no unibrow. Doesn't need to,
Well, you were pretty proud of your unibrow back in the day.
you
thought it made you look strong or something?
I think that it was like a super strength. Like, what's that player for the Pelicans? Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, yeah.
You ever see this guy?
The brow.
He plays for
Yeah.
the Pelicans, and he's got that's ridiculous.
Didn't he play in Carolina?
Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah.
He's from North Carolina, but he played for Kentucky.
They say don't go to pluck crazy. Like, they still got to look manly. I have mine done every month. Just for the record.
There you go.
Okay.
But I always say to the
That's
girl,
important
I'm
for
like,
the record.
don't make me girly.
So you just have her go straight down the middle? You just have
No,
her
by
separate
this point,
them?
it's just a couple of pluck, and a little wax.
Do you think you could grow your unibrow back solid?
I don't know what happens after you've been plucked for years.
Because
Wax for
plucking
years.
generally weakens those
know.
hair follicles.
Could
I
ask
don't
a
think
lot
you
of
can
old
grow
ladies.
strong ones.
No filthy fingernails. Fingernails, dirty fingernails, deal breaker, this woman says. Unless you have
yeah.
a mechanic or something like that, they'll give you a break.
Oh, yeah.
Stubble is worse than hair in a lot of ways. What? Don't shave anything you won't stay on top of. Like a stubble that's past that in between a beard and George Michael stubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad spot. Wear
It can
deodorant.
look sexy, but it's hard on the face.
Yeah. And wear deodorant.
Huh?
Wear
Golly.
deodorant. They did this. Are they going out? Well, they're probably talking to hippies or something.
The stinky guys aren't reading this article and changing their life.
Get on Reddit and get
Stinky guys don't try to do
Change?
better in life. They've
afraid
already
or-
given up.
Yeah, you're
That's why they're stinky.
I don't think they ever started.
more in 60 seconds.
One of the hottest music festivals in the country is now Hangout Fest on Gulf Shore Beach in Alabama. The 2018 lineup is the best it's ever been, and 107.9 The Link is going to get you and your BFF there. This year's lineup includes Portugal the Man, The Chainsmokers, Halsey, The Killers, HAR, Alice Merton, and more. Be listening and get in to win during the 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. hours to experience the music and madness of Hangout Fest. The winner and a guest will receive round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations for two, and 2 tickets to Hangout Fest for May 18th through the 21st to experience the entire festival. And that's not all. You'll also get up close and personal with an invite to meet and greet Alice Merton on Sunday, May 20th. Hangout Fest, the music experience of the year. Lock in every weekday and win another exclusive experience from Charlotte's Best Mix. 107.9 The Link.
Trip brought to you by Sony Red and Mom and Pop Records.
This is a great invention, and I've been always ahead of the game on inventions, but I haven't come up with this one. Like there's so many things I've invented that I didn't do anything. My wife yells at me all the time because I'll say, "Oh, I had that idea," and she's like, "Well, you didn't do anything about it." I'm like, well, can't you just say, wow, that was really smart? That was. You're right. You did have that idea.
Well,
no.
anybody can say I had that idea.
No, but sometimes
I can say, Apple iPhone,
no.
I had that idea.
Some of these are written down. I mean, or at least recorded in radio history.
Which was the last one?
Well, the latest one. Well, the one that pops. There's been things that have happened.
Pimple popping
the
thing?
pimple popping thing. The pimple popping doll.
You're acting like these are like
adhesive
Einstein like ideas.
Adhesive condiments is on the way, which was one of mine. But I won't. I'm not. This is not about.
You're
me.
not here to brag, huh?
No, but I'm just a man. But she's heard these before, and you think might just say, "Oh man, that's a shame." It's always like, "Well, you didn't do anything about it, so I don't want to hear anything about it." God, can't a man be a man before his time? Yes, because the other thing was.
I thought this wasn't about you.
Okay, never mind.
Tell us what's your other thing?
My brother and I was naked cooking after a night out in the town. To go home, I always went home and cooked naked for my friends.
Have to do with this?
And my brother and I had this because we would enjoy some, cooking naked in underwear.
The two of you together?
Yeah, in underwear. But and then you find things.
You liked naked cooking with your brother
and other people, a bunch of people there. They're just in underwear, not naked. But we were going to make it naked for our TV show, and randomly pull guys and gals out of bars and take them home. Get in our underwear and use whatever they have in the kitchen to make a meal. But apparently it's been done.
I've never seen such a show or a video.
Okay. Do you want to?
The Food Network has that barflies get drunk in their underwear.
It's on YouTube.
Show.
No. It's on YouTube.
And then whatever the barflies have at home, they put it in a pot.
Yeah.
They have a My Drunk Kitchen, but no one's in their underwear.
Well, that's the thing we added. The drunk part and the kitchen part was right.
You know what? It's still available. Right. I mean, you can fill that niche.
Nope, forget it now.
I can see so many sponsors wanting to sign on.
I'll come over to your house, Bandy, and show it how it works, a live performance.
No, that's all right. I'm all good.
You could step in for his brother.
No, my brother will come along, and we'll feed Mary and you and the cat.
Weird.
I actually would watch that show.
Yeah, see?
I would watch that.
Okay.
I would not.
Do Bandy and Mary have to be in their underpants, or is it just you and your brother?
Only Bandy. We never, making women is not. This is not a good decade to be doing
2018.
that.
But it's okay to make them look at you in your underwear. No, it's still
there's
not
options.
that
We
era.
will supply a blindfold.
For me too?
No, all men must be in underwear.
Oh, no.
There's no Me Too men.
No.
Oh, yes, there are. Once again, Terry Crews begs to differ.
Okay, well, this is not sexual.
Why are we in our underwear?
It's more comfortable.
Hello, they're drunk and they don't want to spill food on their clothes.
Who's more comfortable in their underwear?
Isn't the first thing you do when you get home, you get down in your underwear?
No.
Okay, well. All right, so anyway, this brings us to this, which really wasn't an invention of mine, but I don't know why I went off on this. I could have invented this if I thought of it.
Well, you had the transition lenses. Those
had
are
them,
the
yes.
glasses that get darker when you go outside. My nephew's mom had them. I think of them as dad glasses or mom glasses. Those are the lenses that your parents probably had.
I don't. My parents have blue blockers, the big giant rectangular things with so it also
They put them on over top of their
over top of
regular
their
glasses.
glasses, and it covers up the peripheral sun vision, so there's no sun getting in. I don't know if the name sunblockers. I'm guessing is like Kleenex. It's a brand name. Of the original.
Oh, they don't have they have knockoff?
Yeah, I bet they do.
Knockoff blue blockers?
Blue blockers, yeah.
That is as low budge as you can get.
Yeah.
In this day and age, knock off blue blockers.
Yes, I bet
Couldn't
they
you
do.
get them for like $2 for $9.99?
Oh, I bet they do. I bet they do. So there's probably a Walmart brand or something.
Why?
Yeah, there is. I bet there
I
is.
idea what you can get your parents for Mother and Father's Day.
Yeah.
Like some brand name blue blockers.
I'm not going.
I remember the commercials. They were like $2 for $9.99.
Yes.
If you
Well,
call
that's
now with free shipping.
That's how
That
Kleenex
was
started.
for the name brand.
Yeah. There's probably a generic plan nowadays. All right. So anyway, I had them once and I didn't know I had them. That they become
How can
sunglasses.
you not know that your glasses
know.
get darker? Did you never look in your rearview mirror and say, "Wait, wow, my glasses look so dark"?
I never noticed. One day, a promotions person was walking by me and said, "Hey, whatever. Your glasses are blue. Like, really? I took them off. Yeah, they must change. I am very unaware of my life.
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
Okay.
Well, Johnson & Johnson is putting the technology of the transition lenses into contact lenses. They just got approved by the FDA. So starting next year, they'll be selling disposable contact lenses that get darker when you go out in the sun.
That's great.
So
Fantastic. No glasses. I lose glasses all the time.
They'll be great for filtering UV light, and it'll be like wearing sunglasses without actually having to put sunglasses on.
Fantastic. How long before this arrives?
They'll be on the market next year.
Next year. Okay.
But the trade-off, I think, is going to make you look possessed because they're probably going to make your eyes look freaky and dark
Oh, cool.
when you go outside.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Why is that?
It's cool if you don't have pretty eyes. It's cool.
Who has ugly eyes?
Well, not
Matt's
ugly.
been wanting to tell you something, Bandy.
Well, not ugly, but if you don't have sparkly colored, wonderful eyes, then plus it might be a status symbol.
If you don't have what?
Sparkly, like twinkly
Not a
eyes.
cartoon character.
Yeah. Then you might not, you don't mind them being blocked out. But I think that it'd be worth it, and I think it would become a status symbol.
How so?
I mean, the demon eyes would be like, oh, you could afford the
Demon eyes.
demon eye glasses.
You do
afford
realize they have contact lenses that do that right now. You can make it look like you have
no. The demon,
cat eyes or anything.
No. I'm talking about the demon eyes will mean that they were able to buy the
Contact
lenses that are all the rage. So they'll be, oh man, you got those? You'll see it right away, like an Apple Pod, ear pod, or whatever. Like, hey, you got the Apple 10. You got the.
You spent $20 on a box of contacts. Big roller, high roller there.
Balling.
Well, I bet they'll come out with like Versace ones or something. Yeah.
It'll be like the blue blockers.
No, they'll come out. They're gonna come out with
Versace.
with all the fancy sunglass makers. Panama Jack or something.
Because they've done that with contacts already?
No, but they're going to. That's my next invention.
Okay. Designer contact
Designer
lenses.
contacts that
Will there be
block
a
out the
logo
sun.
on your eyeball?
Yes. Well, they'll just know by the color of your demon eyes that, like, what are the famous kinds at
You know-
Malibu Gym
You know
or
what?
something. Yeah.
You should look into making colored contacts that completely change the color of your eye.
No. That doesn't have the same. It doesn't have the same panache as the sun. Like people have were expensive sunglasses to be like fancy. Not Panama Jack, Maui Jim,
Blue blocker.
things like that, whatever. And this would be like similar. I'm investing all my money.
It's Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
All right, Wednesdays, if you miss it, usually around 4 o'clock, Ramona gives your mojo a makeover because she went to sex camp a few years ago, and she's learned some tips.
Got her merit badges.
Merit badges. And one was in sexting. So tell us about it.
This is sexting for people who are more PG than R or X rated. Would you say that's you all?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
we're very-
definitely not going
we're very
R
PG.
or X or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or PG.
Maybe even
these
G.
are messages that you can try.
Okay,
For example,
give it to me.
I'm feeling naughty. Any ideas?
I said this before, and I will say it again. A guy could never type that. A guy can never really use the word naughty unless he's referring to someone else, and it is a woman of a love interest or a kid. Otherwise, a guy can't
Can
say
we leave
naughty.
kids out of this?
Let's leave
My
kids
kid was
out.
naughty today. Well, I don't even. That sounds kind of loserish. So only time a guy can say naughty if it's about some sexual thing with a woman. Otherwise, he can't say
She
naughty.
was so naughty.
Yes.
When was the last time you used
sounds
the word
weird.
naughty?
I Googled it. Naughty women of the Carolinas.
.com.
I don't use it, but I'm just saying, you definitely can't do, something like, tonight, Amy, I'm going to be naughty, unless it's followed by that tongue emoji. Or whatever. I guess that's not the right one. The sarcastic eye rolling emoji or something like that. And I certainly can't say to Bandy, hey, you want to go out tonight and get naughty?
No. I
We're going to tear it up out there,
I do
man.
not want to be naughty.
Yeah, see? So as a guy, you can't toss naughty out. A woman could text it, but I would laugh if Amy did it. But I know she was being sarcastic. I would know that she's not trying to be like she really doesn't want an answer. It's just kind of that I'm being ridiculous kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be necessarily sexy. It'd be funny. If I received that from her, it'd be funny. And if I sent it to her, she'd just think I was an idiot.
My wife would laugh at me.
Yeah, you have to laugh.
I
would laugh at Amy if she
would
sent
not
that.
take it seriously.
Yeah.
Just wanted to text you to let you know that thinking of you makes me fire emoji.
Got a lot. I told you guys an emoji I wanted to put in there. Yeah. Fire. I'm hot. Is that what that fire says?
Yeah. Thinking of you makes me hot.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's more of a girl sends to a guy thing.
And then
you
there's
know what I mean? I think
oh, baby, exclamation point. Even the thought of you makes me fire emoji.
Another fire emoji? We got a little carried away with the fire emoji.
And oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Exclamation point is like, oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. That sounds weird. Oh, baby.
You don't like the
Who
oh, baby
says
part?
oh, baby?
Oh, baby, it's cold outside or something. Yeah, oh, baby, you're right. How about babe? Or honey, or
whatever you
call your together. Because oh baby, yeah. Or how about just
baby.
oh my,
oh
my,
baby.
Good gadzooks,
Gadzooks, honey.
Gadzooks.
You make me fire emoji.
Yeah, make me fire. Yeah, I don't really like that one either.
Yeah, so far
that's too much. That's too much. The only one I could do was that the girl, the naughty's a little. Yeah. What did I want? Did I like any of these yet? I don't think I did.
You don't like any.
Yeah. Just why can't just say, can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Something like that. I will give her an occasion like, what are the odds? Which you'll.
That's not sexy.
What are the
That's not sexy.
That's a question about. Yes, it is because the odds are, in case you haven't figured out, is about what the odds of us having it. So it's sexy. Well, what are the chances? What are the odds? What do you think?
He just loves odds. One in
What
a
is
million,
this, Matt
baby.
Stats Corner? Dude.
Well, we know
How
that's
about taking it
sexy
up a
talk.
notch?
That's sexy talk to
That's
us.
your sexy talk?
Yeah.
How about this? Reveal 4 parts of my body that you love. I promise to give you at least 2 tonight for being honest.
Well,
Give you 2 body parts?
I can settle for
Reveal
one. Okay, I'll do
4
2.
parts of my body
I want to only do
that
2.
you admire the most.
No, I only want 2.
And I promise to give you at least 2 tonight for being honest.
I can list 3. I know she's going to pick 1. So we got the other 2 good places. So I'm okay. When she throws the 4th in there.
I can't list 4 parts of your body that I like.
Yeah.
I really only like 2.
I can,
Who said that?
Well, that she's going to give to me. There's 3 I want. Okay, I got 4. I got 4.
Wait, no.
Because I know one. I know the 4th one is definitely out. So now we're down to 3 pretty good ones, and 2 of the 3 are gonna help me in a major way. But I'm not gonna do like eye socket or something.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are gonna pick the same 4, aren't they? Every time.
Yeah, there's not.
And does boobs count as 1, or do we have to do a left and right?
Yeah. Left boob, right boob. You have to break down the parts of the boob.
Yeah. No, so I think that, that is not even, I mean, I promise to give you, I know if we're doing it, you're going to give me at least 1.
Something.
And I know you want probably a kiss or something, so we're up to 2.
That's true.
So there's 2.
It really takes the guessing out. It really takes the guessing out.
It does take the guessing out.
I know.
If I throw armpit in there, what are the chances?
What and what does how.
I know the only choice.
Those are all mulligans.
I can't even believe I'm saying this, but can you think outside of the box?
Whoa!
Pun intended. Like, how about you love her lips and her eyes?
No, that's one of them.
And her hair and all these
Why
other
should you give me
things.
those? I want her hair.
Yeah, I
Should
don't
cut
want
it
her
off and put it in a
hair.
basket?
I don't want her eyes either.
Oh, gross.
What am I, a serial killer?
I'm going to go home with a basket of hair.
I want to take your eyes and your hair.
This way you throw some romance into it,
But
and it's not just about, okay, what can I put where?
Well, she said, give me 2. I'm going to give you 2.
Yeah. She says,
I don't want
give you 2.
Give me 2 eyes?
Her ears?
Give me 2 hairs? What am I going to do with that?
Kneecap? What am I going to do?
How about
What
You
can
run
I
your
do to
finger
her eye?
through her hair.
And what am I doing with her eye? Like poking it
Ew,
with my
Bandy.
finger. I don't know. What do you do with an eye?
Unless she has a glass
We're
eye.
gonna rub eyes.
You want her hands, and you want her hands on your body. Hello, can we please be a little creative?
All right.
Okay? Just don't think about what you can
Okay,
put where.
hands
It's
are
more
good.
than that.
Okay, I'll throw hands. I'll throw hands
Yeah,
in there.
hands are going everywhere.
Okay, I'll throw hands in. But I'm pretty sure she's going to use her hands. So I don't have to add them.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's a gimme.
Lips are going to be a gimme. Hands are going to be a gimme. So
You
why?
don't know that. You don't know that.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna
She's gonna
kiss.
she promises 2 or 4 in the list. So if if I give the right 2,
She said at least 2. I'll give you at least 2
all right,
for being honest.
right. Well, she's going to choose lips and hands if I get 2 out of the other 4. She's not going to give me 2 out of the other 4 without the lips and hands. So I don't why list those? They're a package deal.
Yeah.
She's not going to say, you know what, I'm not going to use my hands or my face. It's a dire dark.
Yeah.
You didn't name it. So.
I'm doing hands free.
How about if you did it the opposite? There's 4 things I won't use tonight.
How is that sexy?
Yeah.
Promise not to use these
Kind of
things.
shuts everything
My
down
spleen.
a little.
My torso.
Real laughs.
No filter.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Vandy's a huge Disney fan. Loves it. Watched all the movies. I don't think I've seen all the movies, and I can't convince my kids to watch certain Disney. Like there's certain movies that come on Netflix or whatever. Like they're not doing Hercules or the old ones. They're not going to watch anything old.
They won't watch
Pinocchio
Cinderella
or Dumbo or Cinderella or Snow White or anything like that. They watch
They
the
won't,
live
or
action.
you haven't tried.
I've tried.
They're just not into cartoons.
You know what? I haven't really forced them on the old stuff because I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it flies by when you're. I don't know. Maybe I haven't tried. I tried Hercules. They didn't
Well,
go
that's
for
not-
that.
yeah,
I
no.
tried.
That's a boy movie, as they would probably say.
I tried.
That's what my nieces say.
I tried Aladdin. No interest in
Yeah.
that. I tried. What else did I try recently? I don't know. They're just. It's just like the live action Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
They like that?
They like that better than Beauty and the Beast.
That's why
animated.
Disney's remaking all those old animated movies. is
Kids aren't
for
feeling
the
it.
new generation because they're getting the same story. It's just live action
Right.
now.
True.
Which
Yes.
is silly.
And
but
maybe they can just
makes a lot of
relate
money.
better to. I mean, they didn't grow up with the same type of animation.
Right.
I mean, the animation that they've become accustomed to is, even though Disney was ahead of its time back in the day, now it just looks kind of meh.
Especially the
to
old
these
stuff.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even
Not
the
CGI.
The old stuff. And yeah, CGI now, if you are 8, I'm going to go 8, 7 or 8. These rough sketched cartoons aren't.
They
Yeah.
don't hold up.
When you're 4, you're watching Caillou maybe or something like that. But
Yeah.
you
That's the reason they dumped them. Not just Disney.
say
everybody.
it's silly, but you.
It is silly,
have
but
to-
it makes a lot of money.
And I don't think it's silly. I think it makes sense. It's progression. So there's things on Disney movies that traumatize kids. I mean, the cliche you always talk about is the mom dying, right? And mom dying, everything.
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't see Hercules.
That's
But
not cliche. That's real.
well, that is
Pain is real. I watched Bambi one time. I will never watch that movie again.
I don't think I don't
Can't
know.
make
I don't
me.
think I saw it. Maybe,
You would remember.
It traumatized generations of people. Generations.
generations.
Multiple generations.
there's a.
From my mom to my generation.
It just kept
Baby
going.
boomers to my generation.
I think it's in the movie Stripes, an old comedy with Bill Murray and stuff. They talk about Bambi making him cry. But anyway, so it must be it's a thing. Although I probably if I saw it, I blocked it out, or I was like, whatever. So 3 birds are hiding from the hunter and Bambi, only for one of them to get scared off, fly off, and be shot. Does Bambi get shot too?
No, Bambi's mom.
Bambi's
His mom gets shot at the
That's
end,
why
or
it's
beginning,
so
or
sad.
where's he
It's
get
near
knocked
the
off?
beginning.
Near the beginning.
I don't know. I never saw it.
He's spending the rest of the movie trying to recover.
How about the bird being shot? Do you remember that?
Not as much. It wasn't as
Traumatic.
as the mom.
How-
Even though you never saw the mom, you just heard the gunshot.
Oh, you did?
You knew what happened.
What did you? Because
And I
Elmer
think that
Fudd was
made it
picking
worse.
people off, and they weren't dying.
I think that made it worse.
Yeah.
Made it worse that you never saw it. No, come on.
You could, because your little imagination made it awful.
Well, wouldn't
Yeah.
it be awful if you saw him sitting there on the ground all bloody and
We don't need your help, Matt Harris.
Like jerking around and spazzing. Yeah, I think it's better they didn't show it, to be honest with you. If they do the live animated Bambi, they could probably show it.
No, it's not necessary.
The thing gets shot, and then a bunch of people from Gaston County come over and crawl around on it and dig out its innards.
This is good meat. Good meat.
Good eating, man. I didn't see Hercules I mentioned. So BuzzFeed has that on here. Hercules was eaten by the Hydra.
Yeah.
It cut its head off from the inside in.
And then it popped up.
And then it grew 100 more heads.
Yeah. That's not very scary. Who wrote this list?
Hercules was eaten? Did he live?
Yeah.
Okay.
He cut his way out after that.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Venus flytrap type thing.
He's like inside and he just, comes
Chilling.
out.
Bandy remembers. I don't think I saw Dumbo either. Dumbo gets drunk and hallucinates. Giant dancing pink elephants.
Pink elephants. He's like hanging out with some carnies, some clowns from the circus, and they're all drinking.
Because he was an exploited little elephant, Matt. He was exploited.
It seems to me you're exploited. What else you got to do if you have big ears, giant ears, and you're an elephant and can fly? Who else is giving you a gig? Take what you can get.
Even if you are ripped dramatically from your mother.
Yeah. Was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or was he kicked out by the mother?
She loved him.
Yeah. What happened to the mother?
She's all right. I don't remember what happened.
See,
She was basically imprisoned, enslaved by the circus.
Sad, 'cause they're all in cages.
And then the carnies were smoking and drinking and got Dumbo
they were
drunk?
hanging out, and Dumbo got hold of a keg and started drinking it.
Does he really?
Yeah, and then
remember
starts
this.
hallucinating all these pink elephants marching around.
That is insane. And no one thought of it at the time?
No, it was it was the 40s.
Does he become a hero?
Whatever.
Does he fly then right at the end or become a hero or something?
hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
He's an overcomer.
Yeah. All right. So that's the lesson. You can
In
overcome
all of the
this
Disney
stuff.
movies,
There's a lesson.
overcoming is the lesson, but there's some trauma along the way.
Well, there's trauma in life, man. Simba and the approaching stampede when Simba's in the gorge.
The death of Mufasa.
Yeah.
Horrifying. And I watched it with my nephew as an adult.
Yeah.
And it
Was
shook
he horrified?
me. I was shook.
He dies, and little Simba's over there, like poking at his dead dad, laying there,
really?
like, Dad,
I
wake
didn't
up,
remember
wake
this.
up. It's kind of traumatic.
That is pretty traumatic. What is going on? The Princess and the Frog, Dr. Facilier or something?
Basically, the voodoo dude.
Yeah, the voodoo
Dragged
guy.
to hell by a bunch of demons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was the voodoo doll guy a good guy or a bad guy?
You know
bad
what
guy.
made that less traumatic is because the animation was so bad in that scene.
Yeah.
It wasn't great Disney animation, and it made it less believable to me.
Maybe kids.
So that's good.
Maybe kids don't examine things like adults do. Maybe they don't get traumatized. They're like,
Well, maybe kids nowadays.
Yeah.
But I was watching Bambi when I was a little kid, or Pinocchio when he turns into a donkey because he's drinking.
That's on here.
Smoking cigars and drinking brew.
So obviously, a lot of these could not be remade today.
Right.
Not as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make some substitutions.
Can't have the hero smoking cigars.
Alice in Wonderland, again, never saw it. Walrus eats all the happy baby oysters.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell that's about.
Yeah. Some of these are really obscure.
Peter Pan. I don't think I remember seeing Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, when the mermaids are trying to drown Wendy.
Yeah,
they're like grabbing her off the rock. And,
are they?
Yeah, and they're like, "Come play," and they're trying.
They're really trying to drown her.
Yeah, they're trying to drown her.
Bunch of loser.
And they're like
mermaids
giggling.
are pretty cool.
No, not these.
Just a little one. Just a little one.
Aladdin. I think I might have seen. I don't know. Jafar traps Jasmine in a giant hourglass. Almost gets buried alive in and sand.
It's scarier when he makes a transformation into this like creepy old guy. Not scary. Or he turns into a giant snake.
Jafar does?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do people watch these now high and get a big giggle out of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I never even heard of The Sword in the Stone.
Yeah, it's about King Arthur and Merlin.
Oh, yeah.
Madam Mim turns into a pig?
Yeah, that's not really scary.
Yeah.
No.
People turning into animals is usually not that
that's
scary.
not
I mean,
scary.
that's not that scary.
The stuff that's not on there is like Nemo.
Yeah.
His mom gets eaten.
Yep.
Right at the beginning,
Right at the beginning, and all his siblings are dead. And then Tarzan, the bad guy, is fighting Tarzan. He falls, and all you see is a shadow of him getting hung.
Really?
Yeah,
and that's a
he's
new
just
one.
Yeah, it's relative, like from the late
Relatively.
90s. And he's just swinging from a vine
Saw it.
because he got strangled.
Oh my God.
It's awful.
Yeah. And I think maybe like the Nemo thing, they put it right at the beginning. So it's,
Yeah, and
By
they don't
the-
show it. They just refer to it, really.
Yeah, and it's at the beginning, so you forget. You move along.
You're just happy.
By the end, you're
when
happy.
They find it.
You look crap at the beginning of life. Somewhere in life always ends up with you getting flushed down the toilet.
The end, according to Matt Harris. Thank God Matt doesn't make Disney movies.
Thanks for listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Check out the articles, videos, and news you heard today at 1079thelink.com.
Connect with the Matt and Ramona Showcast via Facebook and Twitter.
Find out more at 1079thelink.com.
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
New discovery just moments ago, Ramona, but what led us into it is things you're not supposed to eat after the age of 30 because the body's different, body reacts different, metabolism, all that, et cetera, et
You
cetera.
should be trying to eat healthier.
And one of the thing on the list was canned soup. And Ramona said, I love canned soup. And she went on this rant about how much she loves canned soup.
Who doesn't?
I don't love it.
I don't love it.
I can say I
Open
don't
up
love
a
it.
can of Campbell's tomato, pour a little milk inside. You got delicious cream of tomato soup.
Why you put milk in it?
It's amazing.
Is it supposed to be soup? Does it say?
It's not cream of tomato until you add the creamy part.
But first of all, again, I will say, yeah, a little tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I'll give you that.
Maybe once a year.
Yeah, maybe a couple
year?
times. But
Why are you depriving yourself?
why?
And I will tell you, there was even a restaurant. It was a soup and salad restaurant. And I would go there regularly because I love soup. Canned soup, homemade soup, restaurant soup. I love soup. Like, there are restaurants that I go to in Charlotte because of the soup. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Wonder why that soup and salad place didn't make it.
So I went in one hot summer day and I noticed that they weren't serving one of my favorite soups. And I was like, where's your squash soup? And they were like, oh, it's summertime. We don't have as many soup offerings in the summertime.
Right?
Like, why?
Because people don't
You're
really
a soup
love it.
restaurant.
90 degrees.
If you're a soup restaurant, you should serve soup.
But they did serve soup, just
all
not the kind you
time.
wanted.
But in the wintertime, they would have lots of soups. It was like, oh, mind-blowing. You've got so many soups, I can't even make them. But in the summertime, it would be like all chintzy in the offerings of the soup.
But nobody, no.
Made me mad. I
People aren't
complained
doing
numerous times. They did not care. Where
you're
are
the
they
only
now?
one.
Where are they now? Out of business.
Well,
Yeah.
that's But let me, first of all, there's one thing to be behind, oh, I like a good soup.
Yeah.
I like to make soup. I like my
Because I
grandmother's
do.
chicken noodle.
I do.
But it's another thing to
I love
say,
your
I
aunt-
love canned soup.
Your aunt's chicken noodle, amazing.
That's
but-
okay to say things
Campbell's
like that.
does a pretty good chicken noodle, too. Not as good as your aunt's, but it's a pretty darn good chicken noodle.
But the sentence, I love canned soup, is something you don't hear.
I can even give you, like, best to worst canned soups. Like
That makes you weirdo.
The Manhattan clam chowder, Progresso, #1. You don't see
Oh, no, here she goes.
Manhattan chowder many places.
I didn't
a lot
mean
of
it.
people go
Right.
straight up New England.
No one wants
they have it
it.
amazing. They also have a darn good minestrone. Yes, Progresso.
Okay.
You go
All
to
right.
Campbell's
I didn't
for
mean
your
to start
chicken
you on
noodle.
this.
You go to
Wow.
Campbell's for your tomato, and then you get into some of the more exotic chicken and rice offerings.
We should start a canned soup podcast.
Yeah, we should. Look, every day we talk about
And
Ramona's.
you know why it would be successful? Because Campbell's and Progresso are very successful.
Yeah.
Why? Because people love soup.
Ramona's going to list her top 10 soups coming up.
So yes, they're saying
No.
here when you're over 30, you should give up canned soup. It has a lot of sodium
Yes.
and also has more sugar than you would ever know. That's okay. They
You're willing
say
to make the-
Campbell's
So-
classic tomato soup on the go has 20 grams of sugar, the same amount of sugar as 2 donuts. Okay.
Wow, holy moly.
That's a
I
lot
would've-
of sugar.
I would have never guessed that.
No, I wouldn't either.
That is a
That's
good
a
reason.
whole lot of sugar.
If I'm going
in
to waste
soup.
my sugar
In the
intake.
great words of my friend Matt Harris, where are the bodies? Where are the
actually-
people who've died of tomato soup?
No.
Oh, they're not existing.
They're in
There's a lot of
they're in the
diabetics.
doctor's office
Without a leg.
getting diagnosed,
Missing a
with
foot.
diabetes.
And if I'm going to waste my sugar, I'm going to do it on soup. If I want extra sugar that day, I'm not going to do
Give me
soup.
the 2 donuts.
Give me an ice cream.
All day
I don't
long.
care. Yes. You're a strange woman. Do you put that on your dating profile? Big lover of canned soup?
I'm going to because, I want a guy who likes the things that I like. Like we can sit in front
Oh,
of the
God.
TV on Friday night with our cans of soup.
Oh. Not
and just
comfortable.
enjoy
That is-
each other.
That is a sad imagery.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. And it's hard to eat soup.
Well, there's a sad man
on a
out there for
tray.
me somewhere.
Eating canned soup on a Saturday
Yeah.
night.
And you don't have Netflix either, so not even Netflix is chilling.
Watching network TV.
Yeah.
Blue Bloods reruns.
I have no Netflix, but I have Manhattan clam chowder. I call it Manhattan clam chowder and chill. Not really a thing yet, but Ramona's starting it.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm inviting you all to my soup party, and you will be
All
there.
right, soup party. Yeah.
There are a lot of things that are hard to do,
Like keeping up with your office email
You have 42,000 emails.
keeping your phone charged,
or merging into traffic with a lane that ends in 100 feet. That's why 1079 The Link wants to make winning easy. It's easy money.
every weekday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tune in for the national keyword to text and win.
It's easy money. It's easy money with Bob and Sherry
Kelly Myers and Matt and Ramona
on Charlotte's Best Mix.
1079 The Link.
You still have 31,741 unread emails.
Let's see how many of you folk in the room have done these things before you reach 30. Rent a sick venue for your birthday. Invest in yourself and the lovely day you were born. I can't imagine throwing myself any kind of birthday, let alone a birthday party.
Yeah. I don't want anyone to throw me one.
Right.
I don't want to throw myself one.
Amy throw one when I was, big round zero number, and that was cool.
Yeah.
But that's every 10 years, maybe. And it was not a huge venue. We were at somebody's house. But I just can't. But you say it's a thing. People aren't shy about doing it now.
No, absolutely not.
But I just can't imagine.
I would just be
it.
afraid that nobody would show up.
People show up if you give them enough entertainment, or they feel like they're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
I believe what you mean to say is, Ramona, of course, people who love you will show up for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you meant to say. Not, well, if you buy their love, they'll be there. Well, that would be the reason why I'm afraid
Well, we would
to have
come, so
Yeah,
we'd be there.
if we're not real busy.
But,
And if it's close by,
But you're saying a big venue, so if you want, I'm saying big venue's got to be at least 50 some people, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So 50 to get to the number of 50, we all might have to add a little.
Plus, it
Something.
says sick venue, so it's got to be somewhere cool and hip.
Yeah.
Not just the back room of a high-end steakhouse.
All right, so that means someone is driving there too, and all that. Oh, I don't know if I could get 50.
No.
Maybe without offering something else up.
Oh, it
Cool
sounds
band, open bar, something
Just the thought gives me anxiety.
of throwing up. Oh,
I'm
imagine
throwing
you, or how sick Ramona has anxiety party planning all the time, even if it's 2 people coming to her house.
pretty much.
So imagine you buying a sick venue where you're trying to get 50 people.
Heck no.
You would out of your mind. It would not be worth it for you at all.
No, there would be no celebration. What am I celebrating? My need for more anti-anxiety medication?
Yeah.
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 No, thank you.
Skydiving should not be knocked off your bucket list.
Please.
I've done a bunch of those. in
With
my day.
anxiety, once again, life is scary enough.
What? No.
Why would I want to introduce going up in a perfectly good plane and
Wow.
then jumping out of
The
it?
plane that I rode in, I probably jumped like 10 times. The planes were not perfectly good. they were very shoddy.
Okay, well, I'll
Very
take my
shaky.
chances with American Airlines, getting buckled in with some good instructions on what I should do
Yeah.
should something go wrong. And one of those instructions is never just jump out.
No, you never know.
It's never just, you know what? And if things don't go well, just jump out.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know.
You know.
Yeah. But it was just a little phase I went through for a few months. But Bandy has done it, but you would do it. It's not like you're afraid. or
Yeah, I'm
anything.
not
Yeah.
afraid of heights.
I'll tell you, I was a little bit nervous when I got up there, but I was the last one. It was like my college buddies, and I would rather jump with no chute than not be so afraid I wouldn't do it and have to land and have them mock me for the rest of my life.
Wow.
So I definitely jumped.
So you'd rather die. That's what you're saying.
Die the BTs.
Yeah.
Some would say that's a horrible choice.
Someone needs to get help for their bullying issues.
Yeah.
No, I really wouldn't. Did you ever lease a convertible and cruise around? No, I wouldn't do that in my 20s. I wouldn't do it. I would do it now if it's a road trip. Like, like I fly to, like I did it when we flew to California, rented to drive through.
Okay, so
Wine
basically
country.
you rented
Yes.
a convertible.
But not like, I wouldn't do it around town. Would you ever do it around town?
No.
Why?
I
Well,
don't
first
know.
of all, that's not friendly to my hair.
Oh, oh God.
Second of all, I'm not renting. The only time I've ever rented a vehicle for around town was when I was expecting a lot of guests. And I rented a van so we wouldn't have to take multiple cars to go places.
A limo, party bus, that's all right. I mean, those are rentals.
But other than that,
your own
no.
car,
Just to look like I'm going to show up at the Bob Awards looking all swagged out, dripping in finesse. No.
Well, that just says, convertible. But what if you took it up
tells
to
me you
like
got some car insecurity?
Lamborghini or something? And then this one, first of all, who affords this in their 20s? Invest in a cruise for you and your parents.
I did that.
Because they paid for your family vacations back in the day. It's time to turn around and take care of them.
Can I buy my parents the cruise and let them go themselves?
I actually did that. I saved up my money. I'd worked a second job, and I saved up my money because I was giving my parents, my stepdad and mom, a great anniversary gift. Yeah. And I was so happy. And then they informed me, well, actually, my mom informed me that she didn't swim and she was never getting on a cruise.
Oh, yeah, you did not know, you weren't aware?
A free cruise?
I know, well, okay, the swimming part, yes. You never knew it.
My mom doesn't like water. I know she doesn't swim, but
cruise, yeah.
I've never been forced to jump off the boat.
Did you get her something in its place?
Yeah, just a regular.
Like, screw you.
Yeah, we were able to switch things around and get her on a land vacation.
And trust me, my parents, the vacations they took me on don't add up to a cruise. So why don't I just take them and put them in a tent at Gettysburg?
Your parents said you just never appreciated the wonderful places they took you.
That's true. I was a jerk. But, man, that's 4 people you're paying for, probably. I'm assuming you're taking spouse and your 2 parents. And I don't know about that, man.
I love my parents. I just don't want a vacation with them.
For a week, on a cruise.
On a boat.
Yeah, unless I promise to watch my kids the whole time, but then that's just not working out for them too well. We've got a lot of others on this list. We'll get to at some point.
Saying things out loud you can't say on the radio. You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
A couple of things worth noting to everybody. That one of the things is, just a side note to that royal wedding that went on whenever it was, that one of the things that she can't do, we talked about Meghan Markle, one of the things she can't do is go to bed before the Queen now. Don't you think that's really weird?
That is weird.
And I don't even know, I bet you there's somebody whose job it is to say she's asleep, she's in REM.
There is something to this in other cultures because I have a cousin who was doing business with a wealthy royal family overseas, and he had been assigned a servant.
Okay.
And he didn't know the rules of being assigned a servant. So this guy, it's like getting late, and he's expecting the kid to like go away, but
he's just hovering.
He was hovering because he was not released from duty until he was in bed. Oh. And after like the second night, he's like, this guy is like,
he won't leave.
Just hovering like nonstop.
You'd feel like he was just waiting for a tip or something.
Yeah. And finally the host said, "Oh, he's not allowed to go to bed until you go to bed."
Oh,
but I would be, and he was like delaying going to bed because this guy wouldn't leave.
Oh, that's funny.
And he kept checking on him. It's like,
and the servant guy was like, "What the hell? Does this guy never sleep?"
The worst assignment.
That is a terrible assignment. Well, you know how much it pays. It depends.
Yeah, that's true.
But we would have done the same thing. Like this guy keeps. And you're like, oh, well, I'm going to go to bed. The guy's like, yay. But then you're still not doing it. Mm-hmm. You're still not going, putting on your pajamas. You know what I mean? You're still talking like, well.
Okay, got to go.
It's getting late. Sure, it's getting late. Yeah. I should probably brush my teeth. And the guy's like, yes. Do you need toothpaste? Can I get you some toothpaste?
You're dropping all the hints.
Yeah, like, what can I do? What's it going to take to get you in the bed, dude?
Yeah, because I've done that. I've been on that occasion where a visitor wouldn't leave. Or visitor. Yeah. Like you do the... Yeah,
you're dropping the old hints.
Yeah, I know. So that would be very uncomfortable. But having your, what'd you call her, the grandmother-in-law, have to call you and tell you you're allowed to go to bed now?
Yeah. The Queen has retired for the evening.
And does she have to go to bed or be asleep? It just says go to bed.
Yeah. I think
so. She's old.
And I'm guessing she's what?
80-something, right? 90? Is she 90?
Yeah,
she's old.
She's in bed by like 7.
Yeah.
It's not hard to outweight the Queen.
Yeah, she's watching old Matlock episodes.
And does that count even like when she's traveling around the world?
Oh, because you could be in different time zones.
Oh, my gosh. How does it work?
They say it's bad form if she goes to bed. And plus, they're not. Maybe one time when you were living with her or something.
What if she has the flu or she's sick
I'm
and
so
she
outraged.
just wants to go to sleep?
Yeah, I hope they don't have this. They keep
I'm
that.
just taking a nap, Queen. Yeah, she's 92.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So she
It can't be hard to out party her.
after Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, she's out. But
She's done.
But come on.
And you know, she's Meghan Markle's not allowed to do any more acting. That
Yeah.
seems like
that's not true. She every day she shows up
Yeah.
as part of the royal family.
That's
and she's
acting? Okay.
curtsying, and she's acting every single moment that she's out in public.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's true. But she's not.
She just signed up for a huge reality show deal.
Yeah.
Not a real one. Like, they're not going to film them behind the scenes, throwing things at each
Yeah.
other.
But every
people
time
are
she
still
walks
watching.
out of that palace, she's being filmed.
Yeah.
She's being filmed and photographed.
Yeah, but it's not the same as acting.
Yeah.
Being
Well,
a lesbian on the stage.
She
Yes,
really
it
wasn't
is.
killing it on Suits.
Suits. That is great acting on Suits. Did you ever see
With
it?
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Did you ever see Suits?
Yes, like one episode. And it was awful.
She also has to sit with her ankles crossed or knees together. She can't expose her crotch area. But who can?
Does that mean to
Isn't
be
that
a
a general
rule?
girl?
That's a rule. That's a rule.
Okay.
You can't be a wide open
I know
Duchess.
toddlers who are told, don't show your panties.
I know. Well, it's funny. It even has a name for it. It's called the Duchess Slant.
Whoa.
I thought it was like you shouldn't show the Duchess Slant, but it's actually a way to sit. So you.
That's a Duchess something else.
Yeah.
Right, Duchess oven? No, that's not. That's a different
No,
thing altogether,
no.
too, isn't it?
You're listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
I want you to know you shouldn't have to ask yourself this if you really trust your best friends. You should think about these kind of things. Would they ever talk behind your back? I think we've agreed that there is going to be some talking behind people's back
Yeah.
because it's hard to not vent or rant or even say caring things about somebody in your life to keep it to yourself and not share it with somebody, even if it's good stuff.
I talk about one of my best friends behind her back all the time.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
Oh, you know, a lot of that's in front of her back.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, but the difference is, I guess, is if you're trying to take them down.
Right. I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just
But just
venting.
talking behind their
I'm just
back.
venting.
Yeah, you need to vent
Yeah,
sometime.
my wife does that about me all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anyone who will listen.
Oh, I'm sure. You're. I was going to say I'm sure I agree with because my wife does, but she probably never.
No,
That's not a great.
probably
Well,
not. You're perfect.
I know. Can you trust your best friend with a juicy secret? We all have secrets, but if you can find it someone, they end up spilling the beans to other people. That's a problem. But juicy secrets are, if you have a juicy secret, and it's a personal secret, not a secret about other people, it makes a difference. But if there's something really good, you've got to say, okay, this one doesn't even get to your wife, or something like that. But otherwise, you got to assume I'm telling my wife, unless you specifically say, "Don't tell my wife."
That my friends' husbands know my junk.
Unless you make it an addendum to the secret.
No, I would not. I wouldn't even ask them to keep something from their husband.
I would. Their wife.
I'm not. That's not even on my radar.
If it doesn't
if
affect
it's something
them-
I don't trust her husband to know, I'm probably not going to share it with her because I assume most couples share pretty much everything.
I wouldn't, like, if I know somebody did something and they were atoning for their sins or something, I might not. What's the point in putting it on Amy? And now she's got to think about this person in a different way when we're really not that tight, that close. But now she's now in the middle of the drama because I shared the drama with her. So now she has to be in the drama where she didn't really need to be in the drama. Wasn't that big of a
Chances
deal?
are by now you've forgotten what the drama
Well, that
even
is true.
was.
That is a true point. If I often Ramona has to fill in the blanks with my wife about anything that goes on around here because I forget. If you could tell me a deep dark secret right now, and I'm pretty sure by the time I get home for dinner, I'm
I'm
gonna forget
100% sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm 100%.
I mean, it's got to be mind blowing. I can remember a mind blowing.
And then I'm only giving you 50-50.
Yeah.
Bandy, you're giving yourself that too, aren't you?
Yeah, about 50. It would have to be something like getting married or moving or.
Oh no, I would just
something
somebody getting
crazy.
married or having a baby. I'm not remembering that.
If Ramona told you she was getting married
all right.
tomorrow,
I
you
just
would
thought-
I was
remember.
about to say, thanks a heck of a lot.
No, I thought it meant if it was about somebody like just
But you know what?
Just a person at the office.
Let's trust Matt, because I believe that if I came in tomorrow and announced that I was getting married, Matt would be like, "Oh my God!" And then like Amy would see it on Facebook or something. And then she'd be like, "Matt, Ramona's getting married." You'd be like, "Oh, yeah. I meant to tell you."
Yeah.
I totally believe it would go down that.
It could happen.
Yeah,
could happen.
Yeah.
But I'm if you ever get married, I promise I'm going to remember.
Right.
But it's easy to say.
You won't, no.
It's easy to say. How about if you just hook up? Can I mention that?
Well, that you would probably remember.
Oh, that I'd remember. Would your best friend cover for you if you needed an alibi?
Yeah.
But we're not talking.
Once again, I wouldn't ask.
But this is like you totally ditched plans and told someone you were somewhere else. Like I just tell them they invite you to the opera or something. I don't know. Whatever they invite people to. You're like, oh man, I'm hanging out with so and so, but you really don't hang out with so and so. Is that worthy of an alibi?
Yeah, if you need one.
Yeah. I mean, you're not doing cheating or murder, Bandy decided.
Yeah, no cheating or murder.
Manslaughter possibly is on the table.
No misdemeanors.
A misdemeanor. I might cover for a small misdemeanor. Like a stop sign. Going through a stop sign.
Okay.
I might say,
yeah.
I didn't really go through that stop sign.
That wasn't a Hollywood role.
I'm not lying to the cops for you.
Just a stop sign.
I'm not lying to the cops.
Well, how can you say at least I wasn't paying
maybe
attention?
You need to learn a lesson about coming to a complete stop to save your life someday.
That could
Okay. How about just that somebody salesperson says, we got this appearance on Saturday. Can you do it? And I say, no, I'm hanging out with Ramona. Would you cover for me?
No.
Because you'd end up doing it. Because you would say yes, and I wouldn't.
Because if you're not hanging out with me, I'm not covering for you.
Oh, I'd cover for you. I'd cover for Bandy. I'd cover for Doc. Would they? Okay, here's what.
I'm telling you, if we had to do something work-related and the rest of us were cheating, and you were the only person who showed up, you would be martyr-like that you would cover for us while we're off goofing off.
That's different.
Bull on that, Matt Harris.
No, I'm assuming in this scenario, nobody's doing anything. Yes, if I bail on you, then there's an issue. But if it's just we all bail and we all just say, yeah, we were together playing cribbage somewhere, then we all got to be in on the thing, on the alibi.
Pick another game because I don't know cribbage. That would be the
Kerplunk.
Harry Potter?
All right, we're playing Kerplunk.
I'm not even sure on the rules on Kerplunk.
Once again, can we pick a game that we know?
You don't know cribbage or Kerplunk?
Is cribbage like from Harry Potter?
I have no idea how to play cribbage.
That's Quidditch. But I don't know how to play that either.
Cribbage is some sort of card game. I have no idea how to play it. But
how about Candyland? I'm pretty sure I can figure
Can we go to a bunco tournament?
You don't know Kerplunk?
I don't know bunco.
Kerplunk? I don't know bunco. Kerplunk, you fill up this tube with marbles, and you have sticks in it, and you pull the sticks out to see. I mean, it's a kid's game, but, whatever.
Is that pick up sticks?
No, God, don't get your sticks. I'm outraged by your...
Well, let's not lie, because we can't come up with anything convincing.
We can't get our story straight. What game are we playing? I don't know.
Thanks for listening to Off Air with Matt and Ramona.
Check out the articles, videos, and news you heard today at 1079thelink.com.